Grew up a little too fast. I miss the days that we chill and relax. Where did the time go? It all passed. Now I need to go back. I had no worries but always had plans. Only thing I did was pick out the trash. Now it's much harder to laugh. Hard to get up and not work on my craft. I need inspiration. Don't need no validation. No more medication. Should try some meditating. I don't need you to save me. Feel like all of you hate me. Everything's been so hard with all the situations lately. I just need to numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. I don't know what else to say now. I just need to numb the pain. Well, maybe I'm done, maybe I've lost. Still putting up a fight because I love my mom, I love my family. When I was young, they would all look after me. I don't know why, but I feel like a burden. I spent my life overthinking my purpose. Can't really cry, I'm so used to the hurt. Trauma keeps flipping me at the wrong moment. Oh, I just wanna numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. I don't know what else to say now. I just need to numb the pain. I just need to numb the pain. numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. I don't know what else to say now. I just need to numb.
God.
This ain't a situation, this is a penny drop. Came to a realization, you're just hearing what you want. I'm rejecting the implication, your opinion's a golden gift. Enough with the indignation, hear the facts of the points you missed. And oh, you're not even listening. What even makes you like this? What is the point you prove when you convince somebody of something that you know isn't even true? Well, it says more about you than me when you make this about my faults. When you're losing ground, you attack me. Well, thanks, glad you shared those thoughts. And whoa, how nobody else sees it. They all seem to cherish you. Well, if I get the chance, I'll seize it. Cause I want them to know you like I do. My daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun. It started with the hate, love the creaking, where it just started in the hay. With his long johns on, pop went a creeping, I to the bone up to the hay. Young lovers in the yard not sleeping, young lovers in the hay. With his gun turned on, pop went a creeping, I to the bone up to the hay. My daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun. My daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun. It started with the hate, love the creaking, where I just started in the hay. With his long johns on, pop way a creeping, I to the bone up to the hay. Young lovers with their legs tied up in knots, young lovers with their legs tied up in knots. With this long tall gun, pop with a creeping to blow the hell off their head straight up. My daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun. My daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun.
1, 2, 3, Rain, talk to me. We're gonna hit a beat and talk about my Eve. Everybody, don't know what I say. I'm gonna do a beat.
Make it stop, Rain.
It's time to stop.
Why did you?
Rock, paper, scissors, right? We don't want Eve to be as simple as shut the fuck up, Seto!
Floods of like memes, and these small gangers are like, we're the elite of the elite. Do not fuck with us. We will kill you. We are the best players ever. It's like, dude, I did your shit. I did it better than you did.
You know what this conversation is like? When I say not enough supers die in Delve, and people tell me, oh look, there's a super died in Delve. So it's like, when
What
I'm
are
talking
you
about
even
the balance
talking about?
issue,
We were talking about fucking balance, not supers
Yeah.
dying in Delph.
Look,
Why
look,
does
look.
everything with you have to be about supers fucking dying in
Shut
Delph?
up! Shut up!
Christ!
It's an analogy, moron. It's an analogy. Okay?
You guys stop arguing. You act like a fucking married couple. Jesus
No,
Christ.
don't stop arguing.
It's an
Well, it
analogy.
is trash talk
It's
too.
an
I was
analogy.
like,
Now the show is live. I've been doing this shit for 3 fucking years, and these guys don't think that I know how to make the show go live the right way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, capsuleers, yes. That's bullshit. Chat isn't saying anything. I'm a great streamer, and I pay attention to chat. All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, capsuleers and capsulettes, welcome everyone to Trash Talk Tuesday. That's right, it's your favorite talk show broadcasting at this time every Tuesday. And it's been 3 fucking years, and every single show in the last 3 years, Hycorian has been in the channel saying the stream sucks, but he's still fucking watching, just like the rest of you, addicted to it. Anyways, welcome to the show. My name is Redline13, and I'm joined by a cantankerous crew of carnivorous... Lost the C words there. Anyways, gang, introduce yourselves from top to bottom. You got this. Fuck you, Firefox. Don't say cum. Spam cum on the anniversary. You son of a bitch. Karama, you're crinkling in your microphone, by the way. Oh, that's true. You guys, they can't actually hear you because I am obviously the worst.
I
told
told
you
you
that.
I was joking.
But nobody else said
Oh
anything yet,
my
except for
God.
Dominant.
Rain didn't
Dominant
start out
introduced
as a
himself and
joke. Fix it.
Firefox
I
said
didn't know it
cum,
would
and
be
then
in the
Rain
word.
explained the cum. It's fixed now, though.
Come.
Jesus.
It's fixed. All right, start
Come.
over from the top.
All right.
Come on.
I'm Dominark.
Come.
You did it again? You did it again? You had a second chance? You did it again? You son of a bitch. ahead.
Firefox, you're making this evening good.
And you-
What's
Hey,
the-
you are?
Off right.
AL Joe Typhus.
Joe Typhus. All right, carrying on.
Alphabetically. Come on.
Not alphabetically, just I guess
Crum
it
is
is
eating a
alphabetically.
taco, but he
Crumb
says
it.
bark bark because he's a furry. Hi, I'm
Wow.
Rain.
Okay. You know what, Rain?
It's a great
Listen. Why don't
Was
you
I
go
wrong?
find? Okay.
I'm sorry.
You have no
Adnan, I am
evidence.
now getting DMs with cum in them.
Yeah, good. Serves you right. Guys, if you're friends with fucking Firefox, spam come to him, not me. Don't. Oh, shit, they're going to spam it to me.
Oh,
now.
it's coming to you, Redline.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Can,
yeah.
can I
spam
do my,
is a red
can I do
line.
my intro?
Yes, please.
All right. My name is Karma X, and as Rain pointed out, without any evidence, I will not bark. Instead, I will say that I have come to deliver the great word of the Emperor of Mankind.
Excellent.
That's pretty cringe, bro.
I liked it.
Oh, we got Rav orders, so we have to start all over again. Johnny, you screwed it up for us.
No, it's
He
fine.
goes
It's
last.
fine,
He's not
it's
on
fine.
time.
Yeah, it's okay. And then Rain,
mean, I wasn't
introduce
on time.
yourself already. Sawdeath, who are you?
Hello there. I'm Sawdeath.
Great. And
You
of
skipped
course,
Rain.
Rain already. Rain skipped
Hi.
Kurama.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying
A-
attention.
And
No,
then
Rain did my
Villy?
thing for me.
Villy?
What?
You're supposed to introduce yourself now.
Good evening. My name is Billy, and I'm on the show tonight.
Damn, we're really fucking this up.
Why are you so
Uh,
quiet,
I
Billy?
had to turn him up.
Hey, I turned him way up.
I forgot 200% and I can't hear you.
That's okay.
Can you hear me now?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Good.
God bless. Your beautiful voice is coming through just fine. And of course, our latest comer, Mr. Johnny Trouser Snake, the most wholesome man
You
I've
said
ever
cum.
known. By the way,
I'm very happy to come.
stop saying come. Do you want to
Redline-
just say it? Do you just want to get it out of your system altogether?
Redline,
Just say
we're,
come.
we're coming.
You
we're
prompted
coming
it.
just for
I
you,
was
all
playing
right?
off you. You prompted it.
Love to come.
I'm a newbie who likes to use dreadnoughts and super
Come
capitals a
on.
little bit.
Fantastic. Well, hell, guys, we have a loaded topic list for this evening. It seems that everything
Loaded
kind of
for
happened
cum.
all at Fuck you, man. Listen, you can't just
Come on,
distract
Redline,
me
let's
like that.
Get on with the show.
I'm trying. I'm trying. All right. Anyways, we do have a loaded slate, not loaded full of anything other than topics. And the first topic of the evening is the Excel beta. Anyone care?
Nope.
Asking because I want to know. Because if you don't care, then we'll skip it.
Well-
I mean,
Slightly.
plug it into my GDL, makes more money. That's about it.
I will
Good.
say CCP has sent out acceptance/decline letters to people. So if you do care, make sure you check your email. Mine was in my promotion spam or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
this is still just the trial,
It's a
right? This-
beta.
Yeah.
Right? The
It's,
beta.
it's a
correct.
beta.
I-
On my industry tune, so I'm looking forward to this actually because it saves me a huge hassle.
I do believe that they are trying to make it like fully official in like May, I believe is the roadmap. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Who
That's all I
knows?
know. That's all I know. All right. So next up, what's next?
No,
don't
I
even
got one
remember
more
what's
question on
next.
this. So
Oh,
did you have to sign up for this, or was this something they asked you?
you had to sign up.
I
for
think
it.
they
Had to
did
sign
a
Okay, because you said
survey
about
or
getting an
something like
email,
that.
so I wasn't sure. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So you sign up for it, and then they'll email you and tell you whether you've been accepted or not.
I agree, Hikori, and I wouldn't do it either. I was just curious.
Yeah. I mean,
I would do many
I'm-
things other than do
I'm-
Excel and E.
I'm happy that people have access to it. Great. Enjoy. Next up, the newest of news. The newest of news is the Southeastern Agreement. Have you guys all seen this?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Yes. So, in
Mm.
case you've been living under a rock,
Like me.
the alliance, the coalition formerly living in the regions of Scalding Pass, Datorid, Wicked Creek, Amencia, Omist, Faithabilis, Tenerifis, and Innsmother have been evicted. And now that space is up for grabs. And the big alliance leaders have all signed an agreement that says that you and your nullsec friends can go and live there for the next year without fear of any invasion from them.
Wow,
This-
so a small alliance gets an entire year that they can try to build up and then get stomped by Horde. Yeah, that
Well,
sounds
if-
like a great plan.
Well, of
Okay,
course,
okay,
10 out of 10
they
Horde.
can renew the agreement in a year if they want to, but only if they want to. I mean, it sounds
Development
cool.
takes time.
Let's say you could just like not invade and just like send fleets there for content.
Well, sure.
I'm
and I
confused.
mean,
What are you upset about?
I'm not.
That it's only for a year, or along with the other guy?
It just doesn't like. Why do we need an agreement? How about just don't invade?
Because otherwise the groups would basically
They would do
buy.
what Constantine did, damn it.
So the reality is, often as not, 0-0 is a kind of environment where you don't do something because somebody else is doing it, or you do something because somebody else is doing it. So it creates a situation where, without this kind of an agreement, everybody would look at this place as a free content zone and would very quickly kill all of the hope in it. And because of the agreement, that in theory won't happen. Gives these groups a year to get their shit together enough that maybe they can withstand a larger group. Not necessarily the blocks, obviously, but
they can survive a missed content fleet.
So
it gives them enough breathing room that they can get their foot in the door.
So just to kind of tangentially speculate, what happens if they really get their foot in the door and they really, really get going and they start to actually rival the blocks? Do you think
That
the
would be
blocks
amazing.
invade then?
That would be awesome. That would mean there's actually some more content out there in the process.
For the next year, it doesn't matter, what they're gonna put together is what this agreement says, and I would be very surprised if any block felt the need to break their word just so that they could deal with a new potential threat.
I don't know, man. It is just a post on Reddit, which, in fairness, means it means very little. Like, they can just be like, "Oh, I was just kidding anyways." But I don't think anybody will do that. But I do think this is a cool move. I think that, agreeing to leave the space open is nice, and I'm glad that they're doing it. But I also
Well, if it's only good for a year, if they can renew it, if they choose to do so or not, it could be an opportunity or a disaster in the works. Who knows?
So this only applies to the blocks, though, right? Like, what if other smaller groups that aren't part of the agreement decide, well, we want that space, and then it just becomes a cycling in and out of smaller groups that are constantly going in there to kill each other? I mean, that'd be great too. Like, don't get me
Say
wrong.
it turns into Fight Club.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Well, and I mean, the thing is that Dracarys is still holding a pretty big swath of that space.
They're not taking any more Tenerifices, as far as I understand it. They just took what they had before the last Southern War,
and
then they stopped.
But
Because if they didn't stop, they would have been able. They would have taken all of Tenny by now. But they actually just straight up stopped. So I'm pretty sure they're holding on to their agreement with this.
Well, are they considered part of the Imperium here?
Yes.
Or
they are part of the Imperium.
Okay.
Yeah, they took back, like I said, they just took back the 2 constancies they had before the last war when Horde deployed to save fire.
I assume those are the 2 constellations in the very north of Tenerife.
Yeah, that was between like where
the
Impasse, you can gate from Impasse to catch through Tenny. Yeah, that
Yeah,
area.
the one really good constellation and then the ULX one.
Yeah. They haven't taken the iHubs in the ULX consti. It's RHO and whatever that crab pocket is that's right there.
So there is an interesting question in the chat asking if any null block corps are thinking of leaving the blocks and going after that space on their own. Do you think that'll happen?
Get off my lawn is trying to do it. So
lawn is one. I mean, but everybody else seems kind of content at this point to just kind of hang out.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely say that It's so much easier just to stay in a block. Like there's no reason to leave.
And honestly, if I was still in a nullsec corp and my corp was making a decision on whether to go to this space or say like faction warfare, I would campaign for faction warfare because it's new and exciting, and nullsec hasn't changed in years.
I'm right there with you.
Having done the faction warfare stuff, it's solid, but I don't know if as new and exciting is exactly how I would describe it.
Well, it'd be new and exciting to me.
So what verbiage would you classify it as, Billy?
Nullsec or faction warfare?
The faction warfare.
Improved.
All right. That is a fair assessment. I've only just had an alt that started doing that.
Like I'm not saying faction warfare is bad. Don't get me wrong, but like the game like the fundamental core game mechanics within faction warfare are better. They're still not.
It's not anything to write home about.
In my opinion, yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
But you did have experience in like the previous low sec environment, right? Like you did that before.
It's significantly better than the previous iteration. Significantly better.
Well,
but
good,
it's
that's
got a
what we're going
variety
for.
but it's got a variety of issues still, right? That don't necessarily make it, some godsend compared to 0-0 warfare.
No, there's for sure in that part. There was one exception. Actually, there was a YouTube video I came across. I think it was a few days ago. It's just some randomized small gang that was in. I can't recall the system off the top of my head, but much in the same way that not as large as Aska, but the same kind of building up escalation where Dread, I believe a Dread was tackled, and someone jumped in Apostles try and say that resulted in additional stuff coming in and more stuff coming in, and it was not iHub related or not objective related, just literally for the fun of it, it seemed.
Wait, which way? I wasn't paying attention.
I kind of got lost in the story. Were you talking about like the Deepwater thing, or
was it Deepwater that had that Dread caught over a couple days ago in Losec?
I think so, because there's a lot of memes about that, and it was Deepwater using a fax or something.
Deepwater had a Dread brawl like 4 hours ago.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about, and it wasn't over anything, just for fun.
It was over a structure. What?
It's not the one I'm talking about then. Shoot.
I mean, I see what you're saying though, but I don't. So like, without having people that just want to log in and play for fun, you're never going to have that. And with as many people don't want to take up the responsibility of like leading fleets, and with the people that do currently lead fleets like not really training the next generation, that's going to keep being lower and lower as far as like the amount of people that just want to go out for fun.
Apparently you're in Horde now, Dominark. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, at least honor.
We're like a horde of goons, right? That's what we are.
No. But no, so speaking of nullsec warfare, I assume we're done with the gentleman's agreement here, the southeastern agreement. Is there anybody else?
I think this. Yeah, I think we're done talking about it, but it's definitely an interesting thing, and hopefully it works out. I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just one of those things, right?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a video game, so like, if this agreement doesn't end up panning out, then so be it. But I'm pretty confident it will. There's really no reason for it not to. I mean, the only people that are reasonably close to the space, at least a fair amount of it, is goons, and I don't see them making any moves for any time soon, honestly, or ever.
Well, I mean, say what you want about Asher, but he's been trying to get a Fight Club, small alliance-sized kind of area going for a long time, whether it be the old Aquarius Fight Club or otherwise, right? So this definitely plays in with his kind of predilection for, how he kind of wants to see the game develop. So I see no reason that he wouldn't be supportive of this kind of endeavor of Gobbins. So,
and I honestly, my personal experience with Asher is he's pretty true to his word, right? He says we're not gonna. I don't think he'll let anybody do it.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, no matter what the big blocks say, there's going to be all kinds of like weird edge cases that are going to crop up almost daily for these poor, whoever these people are, because no matter what you do, there's always going to be like people with friends or like, this small gang going here to do this or this doing that, right? So there's always going to be lots of stuff happening around the periphery that's going to be very interesting, I guess you could say. So
Yeah, I think the Diplos will be very busy for a bit.
no, what I'm trying to more so say is that I don't think the Diplos will be involved at all unless people get crazy, but there's going to be lots of blocks dipping like little toes into the pond, I guess you could say, all the time. But this will keep the whole feet out, or the whole hand and feet out, I guess you would say. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying there?
Yeah,
Like,
I do. Yeah, I agree. I think that. Yeah, I think you're right. If people, I think that in that actual post brought up a very good point is whether or not people will trust this statement or not. It'd be interesting to see people move in immediately or wait to see type deal. I don't know which way it'll go.
I mean, people have already moved in, haven't they? There's tons of small groups I've never even heard of before taking space down there.
Yeah, there's quite
good.
a few
Okay, there you go.
AKCs down there doing AKC things.
I think everyone's heard of AKC by now.
Yeah.
I call it the next smaller blob, I guess, within that area.
Well, and I think that would be one of the most interesting things is if everybody that went there, so it would literally be everybody else, right? And they all went there and they all grouped up and they all were just together in this big block of everyone else. And then we have 5 blocks instead of just 4 or 3 on good days. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I feel like this is going to be more of like a fight club thing where everybody's just going to be fighting all of the time.
Hello, I hear we're talking about the South.
We are. We're talking about the gentleman's agreement, the Southeastern agreement.
As a Southerner, a proud Southerner myself.
Oh my God.
We're very, very excited.
Yeehaw, partner.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be.
Yeehaw. So, what are you most excited about living in the Southeast, Mav?
Honestly, like, it's this kind of little playground where we can all fuck around and we don't have to worry about, like someone calling one of the, Sorry, someone DM me something. Yeah, it's this playground where we can, like, just fuck around and, cause chaos, and we don't really have to worry about, like, the big blocks getting involved and stuff escalating to, like, massive conflicts.
Now, are you guys like shooting each other's structures, or just like roaming around trying to fight each other in space?
We killed a super carrier last night. That was pretty good fun.
Paid actor.
I think a lot of people are still kind of getting their footing in the area. There's there's a lot to do for groups to set up in the South. You've got to get their solve under control and kind of, get the iHub upgrades in. Start to
solve.
Yeah, can confirm that's the thing happening right now.
Have you discovered the majesty that is iHub upgrades and the size of
I
PDAs?
fucking hate iHub so much. I already have 2 jump freighters. I suspect in 6 months I'll have 4.
Rookie numbers.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, or as someone who didn't JF,
For anyone who's wondering, if you want to go where Mav is right down here in the wonderful land of Omist. With the Coalition.
We were in PL and the opportunity to come and join AKC came up and we were like, you know what, fuck it, this sounds fun. So we've come down south, fuck around and find out.
I think your first mission should be to push Dracarys out of that space again. That would be absolutely hilarious.
CNTZ.
Oh, that's fair. That is fair. I guess you wouldn't want to do that for nothing.
It's the Southern. I've been calling them the Southern Accords. I guess they're actually called the Southeastern Agreement, but I'm not gonna call it that. I feel like there's some good stuff in there, but it's also not very
We should call it like the Ashes or something like that, like the remnants of fire, like the Ashes.
The Ashes.
The Phoenix Agreement.
The Phoenix Agreement, Discord.
The UALX Accords.
Ooh, the
Yeah, there's
Phoenix
definitely some
Accords.
interesting stuff in here though. Like it says that rental activity is not allowed, but if a group were to go and say, hey, give us some money or we'll go and glass all your shit, is that renting?
That's blackmail. Yeah.
Extortion.
Yeah, that's ransom.
Yeah.
It's not rental though, is it?
No,
No,
it's not.
And then also the blocks will not take sides or intervene in conflict. I think that's quite interesting given the number of nullsec block alts that have been kind of appearing in the south now. It's been
So I
a
guess
couple alliances.
The question is though, will the null blocks send like roam fleets into the area? And if they do, will that disrupt the stability of the region? Like, is this a hands-off, don't even bother kind of thing, or is it a go and farm it?
My hope is that like time will be given for the groups in the south to get set up and get ready because it takes a lot of time, and I'm not gonna lie, jump threatening to Omist is fucking awful. So
I would place bets that there'll be lots of block roaming, etc. But I would guess that there won't be any real.
Don't think you'll see the Mist Hamilton 200-man Hurricane fleet rolling anytime soon.
I'm pretty sure Mist could solo evict the entire south right now if he took one roam down.
Jeez.
Oh boy.
A roam of alts.
Look who's not on here to hear that one.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see some roaming happen over time, and it'll kind of grow as the south becomes kind of a content hot zone. But we'll have to see which time zones are like popular in the south as well, because obviously it was like traditionally quite a Russian group living in the south, and who knows, maybe we've got some like Euros and some Burger Boys in the south now.
So there was a very interesting question that was posted on the actual Reddit thread for the agreement, and it was it says this agreement basically states that if two groups engage in a small scale super cap fight, neither you or any of the other blocks apart from Brave and Pets will intervene in the fight. That's the question.
Blocks will not take sides or intervene in conflict between entities living within these regions. It does say that, yeah.
So does that mean that they won't third party though?
That's what that sounds like to me.
To
Deadline,
me,
time to go roaming in there.
not taking sides or intervening in conflict sounds like not third partying, yeah.
So I take it MPSI won't be able to intervene at some point, or is it just no guarantees?
Well, the MPSI can do whatever they want because they're not in the initiative, the Imperium, Winterco, PLNC, Slice, or PH, right?
What if it's a block FC taking an MPSI fleet out for their own personal gain? That happens a fair bit.
That sounds like some Monk of Sweat Diplo moments.
And that's what I was kind of getting at. That would be some Diplo shit going on.
I think it will happen, though.
When Dom
You can
said
join,
the
you just can't
Diplos were
shoot
gonna be
anything.
busy.
That's the kind of shit I was talking about, yeah.
And that's kind of the shit I was also implying that was just part and parcel of the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what you do, you're going to have situations where people are not going to be thrilled that the blocks are doing X or the blocks are doing Y, and it's like life. You can't stop people from wanting to play with their friends to at least some degree. You can absolutely say Mist, you can't take 200-man hurricane fleets to go destroy these people's lives, but it's like, is your 5-man gang really like the same level as that? Probably not, right? So
or if you get Corp Nano and you have like 12 dudes, you just want to go for a rip.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, we were talking last night and we were a little worried that there might be some like really cringy rules in here about like no super capitals and some stuff like that. So I'm glad to see none of that there. And yeah, also stuff
You mean for
like
the people coming in or for the big
I
blocks?
think at a leadership level, all the big blocks will try and respect kind of like the
spirit of the agreement.
Spirit of the agreement, that's your way of saying it. But I think what we'll see over time is people will kind of keep towing the line a little more and a little more and a little more. And I think something big will happen eventually, some kind of like cataclysmic event. And then one side will get really offended about it and make a big huff about it. I'm not sure what it'll be yet, but I think that'll happen sometime in the next 3, 4, 6 months.
gonna be the one time that I'm allowed to FC and like giga feed all our shit.
Yeah, Mav would never DM a block and be like, "I'm Tackle, can you come bail me out, my super?" I
I've
would not
never
do that.
done that, Johnny. Never ever.
Exactly. I just said that.
Yeah.
Very respectable man. He died with honor. Samurai.
Yep.
And so just so
Um,
everyone is clear, because in the chat I saw some confusion, the only groups that have signed this agreement and have publicly agreed to it are the Initiative, the Greater Imperium as a whole, Winter Co., Pandemic Legion, Northern Coalition, Slice, and Pandemic Horde. So everybody else, nobody else is agreeing to this. So
very
I
funny
think
that
there is.
P2 didn't
So
sign it.
on that topic, Ryan, XIX said today in their soda with Constantine that they were going to do a deployment to the south of XIX at some point in the near future. They didn't specify any details beyond that, but I think they're planning to go home and maybe like re-glass and smother the locals. We'll see how that plays out diplomatically and whatnot strategically.
So like, without painting a target on our back, I think they're not gonna have a fucking chance. They're so incompetent. Like maybe they do a bit of blobbing, but I think if they blob that hard, I think the
So
other
let's
blocks
say-
get involved, right?
So let's say XIX shows up with like 100 dudes in play, just as a theoretical number. I'm not saying if it's realistic or low or high or whatnot. Do you think at that point it would be fair for like Init to come in and fight them, or Goons to come in, or Horde or someone to come in to like help out the locals at that point, or is that violating
say
through the
yes.
agreement?
No,
I
that's
think
what the agreement's
it's
for. Yeah.
Yeah, I think enforcing the agreement and keeping those bigger blocks from fucking around in the south for the like health of the south is healthy. If it like keeps happening, it's kind of cringe, but at the same time, like, you know, the fact that like the Imperium and like PanFam have like come to this agreement is like really fucking cool.
Mav, you have a real hater in the Twitch chat, by the way.
Do I? Who is it?
But this isn't
It's
really
apparently
anything.
someone incestful, but they won't say who they are.
This isn't anything really super new, right, Billy? Because back in the day when this is not something totally new, where groups have come together and said, "Hey, we're not going to do this or this." You know, we've had NIPS forever, right? And this is what. So I mean, this isn't like a totally new concept. I think it'll work. I think
It's
for a
been
while.
tried in various ways over the years, for sure. It's
I'm pretty
always a good
sure-
initiative when it's tried.
It's just the way you guys describe it just makes it sound like two groups are down there, two like separate corps/alliances or whatever.
No,
Like, yeah, man,
it's
fuck you,
definitely
bro. And
bigger
there's
than
like
that.
BD, yeah. Well, regardless, but like the scale is like you have all these small groups just kind of fighting each other out. Maybe they have like a bridge titan each or something like that. And then someone like Fire comes in, like they take a wormhole down there and start like trying to drop dreads or something. So then all the rest of the game just deploys to beat the shit out of Fire or whoever goes down there
I
to
mean,
break
I
the
think the
agreement.
rest of the game already did beat the shit out of Fire.
Yeah.
But like that's all I'm imagining is like these two sort of like new BFCs trying to like learn the ropes with I don't know their thrashers or whatever. Then just like this super fight happening around them. And the agreement is none of these giant blocks shoot like the little thrashers. Like no, let them fight on their own. We are just
It'll
here
be
to
like
defend.
the Q5 Dread Brawl, where while that brawl was happening, there was a man mining the asteroid or the moon
Yes,
they were
like
on.
that's what I imagine.
That's exactly what the South is gonna be.
Like you just have all these people and it's like, hello friends, we're gonna set these guys blue, but they're not actually blue, but if they're in their space, they won't shoot you. So you just have like all these like little roaming gangs or like gate camps or God knows what, like some like, guy exploring, and then you just have like these massive not Titan, but like giant fleets moving through and like just making an absolutely hilarious scenario in my head.
This has turned out to
yeah.
be an interesting thing. I mean, we'll see what happens in the next week or two.
I think it'll take.
I think it'll be well.
Be a little longer.
I mean, there's already some small skirmishes happening. Like we're kind of learning the different groups in the area, and you know, we may or may not have already caused a little bit of chaos and a little fun.
Have there been any recent skirmishes between former Fireco and other? What's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I can't think right now.
There's been some stuff, but a lot of it is groups that have either decided to stay behind or alts of people in like fire groups. But it's none of it is too major yet. It's all quite very small scale in the south. Small group AKC filling.
There's some cleaning up going on
What's
for
this?
sure, right?
That's an awkward kill mail. Like,
There's no
yeah.
kill mail.
Well,
Hey, there's less than 10
there-
people on it. I don't see the problem.
Yeah.
Where's the
I'm
mail?
pretty sure this is the guy who's a little mad that yeah.
I mean, I see 3 Pandemic Legion members on this kill mail.
If you check now, we've dropped now.
I mean,
we were
when you killed it though.
we were in the
Absolute
middle of
troublemaker.
moving. No, we were in the middle of moving still.
So wait, Mav, if you're
Yeah.
an AKC, why would you live in the southeast? Because would crabs that you want to drop on live down there? Like I thought you always kind of went after the bigger groups.
So it's kind of a change in AKC's like modus operandi, I guess. We're kind of giving it a go at like building something rather than just like fucking one whaling. I think we'll still whale and kind of troll, but we want to like really try this like small scale thing. Yeah, as Vex has said in the chat, we're also just like relaxing a little bit.
No, that makes sense. I was just curious. I was hoping you weren't going down there to kill people and like trying to learn, but that actually makes a lot more sense.
No. Like that's to be honest. Like there's probably like groups in the south a lot more experienced at doing what we're trying to do. I fucking hate iHubs. But yeah.
You want to buy some iHubs?
No, I don't want to buy any iHubs. I don't want to touch an iHub ever again.
I mean, Almost is missing a bunch of iHubs, and you should definitely have those.
It's not as bad. It's getting there.
It's not as bad.
Like if you look,
look at it and see.
No. Have a look. We own the pipe now. We own the pipe.
Like if you just take all of Almost, you could you could find some sub owners for a pocket who could pay you like a monthly tithe for ownership of the.
Johnny. That sounds illegal.
Are you guys trying to get the whole region or?
Yeah. The intention is to take all of Almost. This is a really interesting region as well because it's kind of like right in the corner, but the range into like the kind of regions in the area is really cool. You're kind of on the like the border of like the regionals, so it makes for a lot of fun.
Well, then also it's damn near impossible to get to like the major trade hubs. You can get to Amar, but Jita?
Yeah, it's pretty complicated.
Yeah, Jita is quite a ways away. Yeah, but Amar or Rennes would be the more logical trade outpost to go to. Mostly Amar.
Yeah, we're willing to accept donations for AKC infrastructure in the area. We're actually doing pretty good.
I'm being told that I apparently need to bankroll the small alliances that are going into that space so that they can buy supers and titans to fight you.
Yeah, Redline.
I think it's a really good test of like the economics of EVE at the moment to see if the smaller groups can make it work. Because if the blocks don't get involved in the south and we all fail to make it like work in the south, then I think that's indicative that like the finances in EVE are just fucked right now. Give it a go though and see if we can make it work.
I think there's a reason why a lot of groups have renters at the moment, and I think it has to do with the alliance level income.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is a lot of space that nobody's gonna make any money from.
CCP is trying to focus on alliance level income and solutions. We saw that with one of their streams.
I can say that like bringing my corp down here, like I have no idea if it's gonna work. I spoke to the gamers. I was like, here's what I think the game is gonna do in the next couple of months, and here's an opportunity we have. Where do you want to go? And like all but 2 gamers said, let's go down south and fuck around. And we're just hoping it's gonna work.
Well, I think you'll be okay. I don't think that anyone should undock Rorquals and mine down there like Vex is.
No. The south is incredibly safe for Rork mining.
Probably avoid super carrier ratting.
No. You super crab is perfectly safe.
Running in dreadnoughts.
Matt just said he wasn't going to do it. He said he's discarded his anti-crab ways.
Yeah.
He is now the crab.
Now the PKC, the Pro Crab Coalition.
That's awful. Where's Lowland Dragon? I gotta have a word with him.
He's crabbing it up.
Anyway, speaking of good jokes, you guys want to talk about the pureblind stuff again? The official declaration of war, kind of.
Is that what that was?
I don't know, really.
wasn't,
Oh
but-
shit!
Who declared war?
I didn't. You guys declare war on beef?
Dan, that's not really. You're not allowed to have that.
So first of all, who is you guys?
Horde and I'm sorry, BFL.
The very public sig that is BFL.
Yes,
The
the
very
super
public sig
sig
that is BFL.
full of hundreds of beans with secret bean
It's not
tech that can
hundreds.
somehow kill Astrahouses with 13 bombers, where a fleet of 300
It was really fucking funny, by the way.
I mean, like, we have next level frog tech brought down to us by previous generations of great fleet commanders.
Jeez.
I know another generation of fleets that actually took out quite a few Astor houses with a fleet of Cormorant for Catalyst back in the day.
Gross.
Yeah.
That sounds awful. Like the worst thing I could possibly think to do. But I'm
Hey,
glad
if
you
it
had
works,
fun
it
doing
works.
I don't think
So-
we've declared war on any one red line. I think we're just here to shoot spaceships and have fun.
Redline, be nice to Johnny. He's a new bro, and he's leading all of his new bros. Okay.
Yeah, like, I'm a newbie
I'm
here.
not exactly a new bro. I've
He
been
has
around
like
for almost
5 million
11 years.
SP, dude. He can't even
Yeah.
afford T2 ammo.
Okay,
Exactly.
So
Oh.
I've got the ping from Gobbins on the screen. Okay, and now this is basically you should have just read it or.
It doesn't say anything
You have
about
to read it,
war,
but you have to
bro.
emulate his voice.
Oh
Well,
no.
I've never
Johnny
listened to
should do it.
Gobbins
Johnny should do it.
I have never done a Gobbins impression, and you cannot prove otherwise.
Okay, so basically, what Gobbin says in his ping is that the addition of fire code to the Brave Blob, Brave Volta, Blob, whatever, makes them more evenly matched against Winterco and prevents them from quote unquote being forced to batphone the Imperium in order to survive. And he goes on to say that the SIG, BFL, big fucking lose. I'm being Foreign Legion. Sorry, I got to the memes
Beans
too
for Luna.
soon. Didn't we come up with a better name for it one night?
Busty French ladies, best friends legion, big. It doesn't matter what you call us.
Big dick energy.
As long as you
We're a
shoot,
movement.
as long as you shoot them, that's what's important, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're here to play the game and have fun. I think a lot of people are threatened by our group because we have relatively good infosec. We have some kind of like shinier doctrines that we fly sometimes. And we deploy a lot. Like, we're basically been deployed now for over a year. And people don't like you when you come into their space and shoot their stuff. At the end of the day, this is such a video game. We're here to have fun, you know? We're here to have fun. And if the nice pandas want to pay us a bunch of money to do it, we're happy to indulge them.
So what about the people you're fighting? Are they allowed to have fun too?
Hell yeah, they are.
So do you think that being deployed against them for like the better part of a year is fun?
We
for
haven't
them?
been deployed against them for about a year. We've been
Haven't
deployed against
you?
them for about 3 months. We deployed for October, November, and December to Pureblind,
Sorry,
and then
let me
it was
let me clarify. Having people be deployed and fighting against you for the better part of a year.
oh yeah, being on the defense is super fun. You have so many advantages to use. It's way better to be on defense than Eve.
But no jump gates.
Well, I mean,
they
that's
could have them if they
that's a
chose.
matter of defense and logistics, frankly.
Yeah.
Like, you have to understand, right? The Ensiblex is like the lowest hanging fruit you could possibly go for. It's like the easiest and cheapest thing we can shoot to provoke some kind of a fight. That's why we want fights. You're here for content.
Right, of course. But here's the thing, and look, I don't know what you guys have been smoking, but I looked at Firefox's numbers earlier. And I tried really hard to make a case for Brave here. But this is like the makeup of active players on Zkill between the two groups. So like they have no reason not to fight you. It's a pretty even match.
Does that include
I
fire?
mean, they
It does.
form,
That includes fire.
they form so many dudes quite frequently that we have to just stand down. Like, there's been times, even today, they had like almost 4 times like our human beings on their comms that we had on ours. Thanks to our wonderful work by information officers. We appreciate you guys. They're an enormous group and they're very powerful.
Can't believe you just congratulated yourself like that, dude.
So this is not just BFL. This is Pandemic Horde and PL. It's essentially the combination of
BFL
the two.
is BFL is the best friends legion. It's like it's an amalgamation Pandemic Legion and the
Oh,
Being
so-
Foreign Legion.
It's really like not fair to label that as BFL. Then that's just straight up
It's
Horde
possible.
and PL.
It's possible, but I figure
No,
the
'cause
same
BFL
amount of,
isn't the entire of Horde.
but I figure the same amount of people are on the BFL side as are on the B3 side that are just worthless crabs and are just dying in Ishtars.
I don't think it's fair to characterize anyone as a worthless crab. Those people are making valuable ticks for themselves and their alliances.
Disagree.
You would not disagree if you had IHUB based bills to pay. I can confirm.
Well, thankfully I don't. All I have is an office in Thera.
Offices cost money too.
They do, but they're not that much money. I closed the wrong thing.
Okay, yeah. Sanjin said, hang on, can you go back to the picture? Does it have
Which one?
numbers? The graph?
No, he has percentages.
Why does it not have numbers on
Because
it?
I took the numbers off. It's
so the current numbers.
well,
Okay,
that's
Mav. The current numbers are that he pulled that from are 3676 for B3 and
Yeah.
3309 for PH plus PL combined.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
well, Sanjin's just done a little leak in and said that B3 is fighting 237 best friends. I think that's people.
yeah, that's probably the people on our. We have like a little bit over 200 people as far as like real human beings across all time zones with jobs and go to school and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Whereas they have, I don't actually have the number, but it's like at least
thousands.
Yeah, it's like probably like at least 2 to 3K.
Well, that should
Is that active users or?
Yeah, it's like for at least on our end, we think it's a really uphill challenge to help out Winterco in this like theory of operation. I think it'd be super challenging to get anything done, to get any like engageable fights. It's gonna be a lot of work. We're very keen for the challenge.
This doesn't include fraternity?
No.
No.
What in the fuck? Why are we presenting this without?
I don't know.
including
It's like it's
fraternity?
actually It's just dog shit graphing. Like it doesn't have the numbers.
It's
and
not
like
dog shit graphing.
it is.
You really don't want to use a pie chart for stuff like this.
It's not a
Yeah.
pie
Because-
chart. It's a fucking donut chart.
Okay, it's still dog shit.
Can we call it a blue donut chart?
We could.
Half of it is blue.
And
But
then
you see red
fraternity
line.
by itself has 2,500 active characters
Yeah,
on
in
Zeke all
Chinese
last 7
time
days.
zone.
All right, CNTZ. Don't know if that counts.
Sure. Well, that's fine.
Well, let's stop for a sec. What is the argument you're making?
That there's an extra 2,500 people that aren't accounted for on this
There
dumb
aren't,
graph.
Then we can subtract like
hasn't-
3K from the Horde side because
Fraternity hasn't
Horde's
had a
up here.
functional EUTZ in like forever. Sorry, Uncle, I love you.
Nereus has been
yeah.
I think Nereus will help put them on the right track.
They're working on it, yeah.
BJK, he's trying.
Yeah, BJK, Carmen, they have some FCs with Murans.
Carbon.
But I don't think it's not been uncommon for them to show up though. Maybe not
Right, but not with like their
with
entire
thousands of
China
people.
time zone.
But with like 100 people or something, 100 people can turn the tide of a battle
Okay,
pretty quickly.
GTC and B3 and B2X or what they're calling themselves can form like, is it like 1,000 now, Johnny? Like
Their biggest form was
That's a
1,200
lot.
people.
For
yeah.
what?
They just formed 1,200.
So I took a D-scan. One second, like, sorry, I took a D-scan. They had like a CTA, I think it was 2 days ago for a Fortizar, and they had like 1,100 people online. It's a huge amount of people online for a timer.
And that's on a CTA.
That is for a Kaltarm. Which I
That's
assume is
really
high as
not
like.
And
gone
you don't
up that
think-
much.
How many do
When,
they get on a normal form?
That's a good question.
Today was pretty average. They had what, 500-600?
I think they had like 350, but it's not like a firm number. No, they had like close to 2 full fleets.
When they formed for the Keep Start, they had 700 between just Brave and GTC.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of dudes.
But given how big Fire is, I'm surprised they're not bringing more numbers to that.
They're too busy putting
Are
alts
you?
in Zerg to retake the self.
Can confirm.
well, no, and I think you do need to include fraternity on this though, because it
But
is
it's
still
important.
people that are
Okay, we need to
against
stop
them,
for a second.
not
What does this blue bar
simultaneously.
represent? Like, it's just a
the
random
number of
percentage.
It's really shit
It's
graphing.
the number of players.
No, it's not.
It's important to make an
Okay,
accurate
I'm sorry.
track
It
of
is
just
the
exactly how many
percentage
characters
of
are in BFL.
total active
Okay, no, stop,
characters
stop.
that
Let's see
each
the
of these
fucking data.
groups
Because this data doesn't make sense.
All right, let me pull it up.
It's
broken now. It's not
Beyond the number of
Yeah,
actives,
right.
fundamentally all that matters is the amount of dudes you can actually get in fleet to go to fights, right? That's the number that actually matters.
All right, so you're just gonna get hit with a big wall of white text. Sorry, or not white text, but white screen because it's Excel or Sheets.
That's fine. We're all EVE Online players. We understand how to read sheets.
If it was the integrated EVE Excel, it'd be way better.
Yeah, this will be fantastic.
Okay, scroll down.
the
We don't
Excel.
care
In-game.
about this bit. Scroll to the Horde data.
I just had a Horde and PL
Yeah,
on this
so it's
list.
like straight up just Horde and PL.
Yeah,
We know that, Mav. We've said that like 10 times.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get accurate numbers. In reality, BFL is like 200 active people, and Brave on their own is like 1,000. Like, there is no comparison at all.
This was the whole. This was made originally because the B3 thing was Horde declared war on us.
Or Horde didn't declare war though.
Tell
It's
that to
just
B3.
no. Read Gobbins' ping. It's literally just
I know.
Horde
Just tell that to
saying
B3.
They did a mercenary contract.
I don't think war were declared here.
Yeah, like if they can't read, then that's not like PLBFL's fault.
Are you
If
satisfied
Horde-
with
so-
this data, Billy, or do you want to see it more?
If Gubbins had actually declared
So
war, we'd
what
have
is the
mobilized the entire alliance, right? We haven't done that, so I think it's pretty clear what's going on.
So it's not clear to me how this data, like, so what? The
So
B3
there's a-
has
there's a
3,600
total-
active PvPs last 7 days?
Yes.
So you're
Compared to BFL's 3,321.
BFL is 3,300. That's Horde as a whole.
And
Yeah,
the total
you've literally just compared.
percentage-
Yes,
Why
but
does it say BFL? This is actually retarded. Sorry, I'm not allowed to use
I
that
can
word.
I can show you the original
You are allowed to
data,
use that
Nav.
word.
The original data I have,
is
it does
the
not say
original data.
BFL.
It's right here. I did that for me so that I could have this graph so I didn't have to show a fucking spreadsheet on stream.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. The data is incorrect because if it was actually pandemic Horde as a whole, this war would have been over the day like fucking Horde deployed.
No, so this was made originally because they said it's the whole like we're a small group, you're bullying the small groups, and it's like, well, Horde is
Did
the
you guys
biggest
you
alliance
got
in the game
baited.
right now.
You got baited into making a stupid pie chart, donut chart, because somebody
Oh
tried
no,
to talk shit to you.
actually no. That's the funny thing. I got asked by Tafos to make this originally, and I just added to it.
So you did the work for the hostiles?
This is when I was in Big App. They got asked to make this because he like didn't want to click through 30 Zico pages.
Bro,
Kinda
next
sounds
time I
like they
have
should
something
do
at
their
work,
own
I'm just gonna
work.
bait y'all to do this stuff for me. Like, yeah, bro,
I
prove to me
just-
these inventory levels are
Yeah, it's
accurate, and then
originally-
you're just gonna do work.
It was originally just the Fireco people. Then I added B2 to it, and then they started bitching about, oh, Horde's like 30 times our size. We're a small group, so I added Horde for the numbers, and I'm like, wait, hold up.
So then there's really no way to accurately represent this data.
Of course there isn't! We've said that like 10 times!
We've
Wow,
been
there
saying
is-
this.
There is a way to find out the number of pandemic Horde and PL characters involved in Pure Blind Tribute Theater, and that's just to go
Yeah.
manually and count it via the Zkill data, which is a little bit harder to get, but it is there if you're really, really low.
It's really easy to do if you're not a brainlet. But
Well,
like
I'm just-
will you do
having
it for
having
us?
been
But
No.
this was
But having
ma-
have shut up a second. Having been in both BFL and Brave fleets, like I can tell you that like BFL is massively under like size compared to the coalitions they are fighting. Like, yeah.
It is
that
a
just
very rare day,
yeah.
if ever, that you will see like 100 people with BFL. Or in terms of real
Yeah.
people, I should say.
I think
Like,
the
for
last
the-
time
for the
we had 100
biggest-
guys for a fight, it was like the Q5 Dread fight. We're picking everyone max Dreads log in, time to Dread Brawls go.
That was like what 120 actual human beings?
We had 137 people for the
That was
QTAC 5 fight, and I believe the other side had about 900.
Look
Yeah.
at this meme.
Sorry, characters,
and
not humans.
Forgive me for showing this on stream.
It's just an
this
advert
is-
for BFL. Like, big shout outs to Mifune for just
Mifune's, like,
advertising
helping
for
our
us
It is a
now.
Mifune post, but how
It's
do you
just-
how do you take this? How do you take this?
He
BFL
was just
may
trying to help
only be a
BFL out.
squad, but it's some of the best FCs Horde has, as well as 200 members with requirements to multi-box.
It just
So
sounds
you
like a
might-
skill issue. Just
you
get
might
better
have
people.
Only 200 people, but they all have 5 accounts.
That just sounds
which
like PL
quickly
with extra
becomes
steps.
1,000. It's actually
I can
PL
tell you
with
very
less
safely,
steps.
trying to run more than like 2 or 3 accounts in any type of combat situation is a hard bargain.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
think-
all. Go ahead, Johnny.
I think Mifune wants to join BFL. It's pretty clear he's like pretty enamored by us. Just look at the stuff he's posting on social media.
I think
he wants to fight
actually, I think Reddit Swarm has been deployed to Reddit again, is what we're actually
No,
seeing.
it's just Mifune posting. If it was actually like an organized effort, they wouldn't have fucking Mifune leading
But
it.
there
Yeah,
has
like,
been so
I'm pretty
many
sure
bad memes.
Mifune is in debt to Reddit Swarm for his posting.
Cryo Huron has left though, so maybe he is the new director of Reddit Swarm, Mifune.
Oh no! If Mifune's the fucking director of Reddit Swarm, we're all fucking doomed.
No, there is no Reddit Swarm anymore. That was Cryo's thing. He was the only one that could ping. And now that he's gone, no one can.
So I mean, this thing when you got there, Horde is only sending a sig, and it's supposed to be a joke, right? But like,
It is a sig.
Well, it's more so like,
Well,
do
for
you want
now.
to see what the real Horde deployment is?
Right, and that was kind of my question with this.
Because Fire got to see that, and now they're here. 30 days later, right?
I mean, they left after like 14, but who's counting?
So what I'm looking at here is this part right here. I'm drawing
Yeah.
on the screen where once goons show up or pre-ping, feel free to bring main horde to this theater.
Yeah.
That right there is interesting to me because I don't know if goons are going to listen to that.
Well, it's pretty obvious that the North is heating up to be a war zone for me.
I think Gobbins has just put his terms on the table for public to see, right? Like he's indicated the conditions under which Horde will show up to timers.
And before people about it, missed Hurricane Fleet roams do not count as Horde main.
They do
That
count
is just
as
missed.
horde main when they're 200 hurricanes.
It's
He goes
missed
everywhere.
in hurricanes.
It's
like,
missed.
dude, like 10 people in bombers can wipe a hurricane fleet. Come on.
I mean, I hear carriers are really good against hurricanes. I think B3 should drop their carriers on Mist's hurricane
Yeah, I
fleet.
think Sino-jammers and carriers on a Fortizar with fighters on a gate are really good. But we don't see any of that for some reason.
Because we keep killing them, son. Oh, sorry, I can't
Well,
say we anymore. Fuck.
No, well, no,
You keep killing them.
we don't keep killing them. Like they don't undock them. They've never tried to use caps under a jammer. Like
Pretty sure we lost more carriers than them last time we were in Pure Blind.
They watched World War B and then they're like, caps under a jammer are good, and they just didn't ever do that.
Well, it's
They put the
because
jammers up,
Shepard
they just
wasn't
forgot the
paying
caps,
attention. He
was too busy
Yeah.
calling people bots.
No,
that
Shaft was
was
too busy
Arcadius.
relaying the FC chants to fucking Goon.
I don't know if you saw it, Mav, or you wouldn't have seen because you had already left. It was, I forget what fleet it was, but they Arcadius just got everyone to type thanks bot FC in local. And I
He
was
does
like,
that on like every other fleet he
Ugh.
FCs. It's like his catchphrase.
cringe.
This is actually the most views we've had in a week. This show is dying faster than EVE Online ever will.
Oh, sorry, just like, somebody cringing in the chat.
I feel like
No,
that
Sega,
rhetoric
he's
is
an angry
ridiculous. Like, I mean, we just had like what is tantamount to a huge geopolitical shift in like one of the biggest and most like established coalitions doing like a full 180 around New Eden to where they live. We had like a gigantic dread bomb like a week ago where a bunch of Titans and super carriers got blown up on a fort.
Like a month
And
ago,
now-
Johnny.
Red line.
What?
And now,
But yeah, like ultimately, if you're not happy where you are, go down to the south and fuck around. Like, if you think the game is dying, like maybe you're just in a dog shit group.
and if you think Horde is the big bad mean guy, you can come evict this whenever you want to.
Yeah, true.
One day, Johnny, one day.
AKC is coming. We've got Cricket currently terrorizing Pancrab.
Is he? No, I don't think anyone noticed.
I have it under good authority. Cricket is log off trapped, and there's a fort where he's log off trapped, and he's trapped indefinitely.
Oh, my God, seriously?
Whoops.
Where have I seen this one before?
He's still got the Norris
Modified
nullification. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Johnny, I have a
Maybe.
question for you.
What's up?
Do you want goons to come to these fights?
I mean, I don't have like a strong opinion as far as it being goons, but you need to understand that like with even when you fly like heavier, shinier doctrines like we do often in BFL, there's like a limit, an upper limit as far as like how outnumbered you can fight. If you look at the fight in Q5 that happened on the 1st of January, like we were colossally outnumbered. It was basically a dead even BR, and we won the objective. That's about like as outnumbered a fight as I've ever seen in Eve. I think that's kind of the upper limit of what we can do. I think if we can show up at this point with the addition of fire, I think it's frankly going to kill a lot of the content. I think we'll probably have to say that a lot just because we so outnumbered and won't be tenable to engage.
One thing I think is quite important to highlight as well is that like the execution for BFL has to be like so high to like make sure that they don't just giga feed when they're this outnumbered. And you know, if there's
Like,
one execution.
Sorry, one just the way a lot of these fights work, right, is it has like a cumulative effect where if we start feeding in more in like paladins or like, you know, using caps or something, and we're outnumbered like 2 or 3 to 1, as has happened quite a few times over the past year, like we can lose hundreds, if not trillions of ISK in the process. Whereas if you fly only hacks, your risk is relatively low, you can just engage whenever. It's very different as far as
Heat
being
props
able to
burn away 30 seconds later, you're safe, but that doesn't really work in paladins.
Yeah, it was like, so this is going way back. This is the get rid of the Munim party that everyone threw in fucking Pravi. We killed like 630 Serbs and Munins. It was like 40 bill.
Yeah.
It's like what? That's like what, 20 paladins?
So
25 paladins, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So listen, I did do another chart. This one I added goons to it. Look, man, I added goons to it just so you could kind of see what it would look like if they showed up.
It's even worse.
The numbers and letters are smaller. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You should not use pie charts. Oh my god.
I'm using the donut chart because it's a proper chart.
They're using it wrong. Pie charts are supposed to represent like okay. What you want is a bar chart, right? Because you're trying to compare numbers, not a pie chart, because all it does is pie charts showing an example out of 100, right? So think 100%.
All right.
You're not saying 100% of blah 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 or whatever. You're trying to
There's
show a
also
bar
no
chart.
reason not to show the numbers and to only show
So-
percentages. You're just trying to like do fuckery.
So I can understand the appeal for basically any big group in the game who sees kind of some of these cursory fights happening in North right now and being like, ooh, that looks good, we should get in that. But the one thing I would encourage you to think about if you're part of one of those big groups is think about how the balance of numbers shifts if one side shows up to help either frats or B3 or third party in brackets. Because the way these big fights happen is both sides have to think they actually can have a chance of winning. And if you love them too badly, it's not happening. It's not fun for anyone. But I can definitely understand why the Goon would be keen to come up north. I think there's been a lot of atrophy in that group over the past like year and a half. I think they're keen to do something big and make a big impact. So I can see what they'd be.
We segue to init deploying. We talked
I
about
mean,
that yet.
well, I mean, we already know where it's going to deploy to. I think, but
Nah, dude, very sneaky.
We're not going to. Oh, I don't know if we should. That might be a bit of an over disclosure of information for the show red line. Maybe after dark we can talk about it.
All right, that's fair.
Well, if Johnny doesn't want to share, I'm sure the black paw can share, right, Sandra?
So wait,
Do you know that?
Dobbin's ping mentions goons,
Oh,
but it
you're
doesn't
just
mention
leaking
in it.
horde stuff? Cringe, Sandra.
To be fair, Rain,
I know.
most people talk
Yeah,
about
because
the
I sent you a
Imperium, they just say
screenshot of how I
goons.
know.
Do you think Gobbins was referencing them one and the same, or do you think of like Pando as like, hey, me and my 200 close friends are going to show up and have some fights?
I think if Init showed up and strictly helped one side or the other, it would probably swing it a little bit in that side's favor. They're a very big, very strong group in that time zone.
But no, I mean more of the sense. Do you think like other leaderships like Gobbins would be. Do you think Gobbins would be mad and be like, "Oh, Indit showed up, therefore we should deploy all of Horde" or something like that?
I don't think Owens would be mad. I definitely think he would put some thought into what Horde should do if another big group did deploy to that theater.
What if
Wait,
what
so
if Goons
wait,
send a SIG
wait,
out?
wait.
What if GCC pays Goons to send a SIG up? Is that okay? Or will that also bring the wrath of the Godfather?
Listen, I don't want to speak to. I can't. First of all, I can't speak for Gobbins, obviously. And my 10 years Horde lead diplomat was about 3 hours long, so that goes to show how good I'm at that.
And Johnny caused a incident in a certain NPC Nullsec region.
Wow, Johnny, why would you do that?
That's funny.
Johnny was I had to play for 3 hours. Please treat him with the appropriate respect.
That's still a dogshit graph because it's labeled BFL, but it's not BFL. It's like Pandemic Legion and Pandemic Horde.
But Mav, BFL is a very open public SIG that everyone in Horde should join.
PH/PL because that's
Bracket
who it is.
And then why brackets
That's
BFL? It
who
hasn't
it
got
is.
anything to do with
And in
BFL.
parentheses, I put BFL because that's who it represents.
No,
That's
it
not
doesn't.
an accurate. BFL can't even get past like 1,000.
There's over,
Wait,
there's
Billy,
over
are you in BFL?
2,200
Yes,
Discord
I'm in
accounts
BFL.
online in the Horde
Big noob.
Discord right
Look,
now. Redline.
this
Is that
this
at
is
all
the
accurate
square-
representation of a
Look, this
200-man
is the
SIG?
squares are rectangles, but rectangles aren't squares things, okay?
No, it's not. This is just actually completely
BFL
wrong.
is PH and PL, but all of PH and PL is not BFL. I
So the
think
data
we
is
need to
useless.
make a clear distinction that that is the case.
I think we're getting way too much into the like paper numbers.
No, I disagree.
Okay, look,
It's
I'll
all
change it just for you. I'm
Can
gonna
you just
change
remove
for
it?
you.
It'd be
Yeah.
a lot easier if you just removed it.
Can you just put like a cat on the screen or something,
Yeah,
more
picture
useful?
a diva.
Yeah, picture a diva.
But I've taken so much time to make these charts.
Oh, they're
I think
just
you should change the
wrong.
scale so it looks like nobody's doing anything.
Maybe you should have just made them right in the first place.
Well, I didn't
there
make
is
them
that.
wrong. You just didn't know what kind of data I was trying to represent.
If you pay me, Redline, I'll actually do like actual data science and give you actual graphs. So you've got to pay me enough that it's worth it.
So we think we have a pretty good idea,
Yeah.
Redline, that the initiative will deploy to the theater. We think we know where. I could be wrong, so I'm not going to say where in case I am wrong. So it'll also ruin the surprise too for the Init membership. I'd be very surprised if we didn't see Init in the Pure Blind Theater or maybe adjacent to it within the next week or two.
Well,
I
And
know
you're
where
thinking-
they're going down.
Is Init on a third party or is Init going to help one side over the other?
I think it's a really curious conundrum for them because on one hand, I think Init's leader really, really dislikes fire, but on the other hand, I think he also might be more keen to shoot us than the guys living up north.
Wait, hang on. Matt,
Problem
you can
is, though-
barely keep a lay lapse. Need us to say write a response
Shut up!
paper.
Stop talking to King Amarian!
Oh, is that? That's not King of Mine.
No, that's King Amarian.
That's King Amarian.
He changed his name.
The
You got baited,
problem,
Mav.
Okay, look, I put a better graph on the screen.
No, just put the picture of Diva I sent you.
I put the picture of Diva on there as well.
the
Make it
problem
bigger.
that Initiative is going to have is that in Euro time zone, the numbers are already so heavily slanted
Wait,
towards
what is
B3
this?
that it's very unlikely that there will be much. Like, there's currently almost no PLBFL is working very hard to get even the few meager fights they can get in Euro time zone. So for Initiative to tip the scales as a primarily European time zone alliance, it's only going to swing the hammer further in the direction of nobody getting any fights, which is
Do you think they could make some offensive timers against BFL though?
I
They
mean,
might feel more comfortable.
both B3 and Initiative can make offensive timers in
They
Euro
refuse
time
to,
zone.
right?
That's
But they
one more
can't.
thing that makes me curious. So as long as BFL is deployed to Pure Blind, we haven't had a single defensive timer we had to do in that entire period there's actually been a fight. Like we've been deployed to Pure Blind for like 105 days in the past 4 months, give or take. And the presidents haven't made a single offensive timer against us where we've had to defend. It's only been us attacking them for the most part, which is way harder to do for anyone who's done
Well, that's
DDM
not
or Legendary
totally true,
combat.
Johnny. They did reinforce that fort the day we got here, or right before we came.
But they didn't actually. Okay, so when I say timer, I mean the actual follow-up timer, not the initial. The initial doesn't really mean anything in practice. But yeah, I
But
guess
they have
it
made a
makes sense.
few initials.
Yeah, but to me, the timer itself is the follow-up timer. The initial is just the setting the stage for it. Yeah, I guess you're right, Matt. Really strict literal sense.
Well, I think you guys ought to drop some ansublexes and maybe they'll go and shoot them.
Matt did try that. Speaking of Ensuplexes, we've already bonked 2 Ensuplexes, and we really feel like we're getting the ball rolling in that field already.
Did you say bonked?
Bonked is a technical term.
They got sent to horny
That's what I
jail.
say when my
It's like-
nieces fall down and you don't want them to cry. You just go bonk.
So you're speaking to like the psyche of the average age of the average BFL member.
Oh, okay.
It's like the structure calls
newbies
aren't good
IRL.
calls, they're nugs. Like,
Yeah,
they
we
only know
don't,
what
we
nugs
don't
are.
come for the cores, we come for the nuggies and the honey mussy.
Nuggets.
You say honey mussy? That's disgusting.
First of all, that is a cute dog, by the way. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, here's the best meme. Here's Mifun's best meme.
And second of all, what's the pooch's name? If you don't mind me asking.
Diva.
That's pretty cute. Nice
I'm
meme,
not
by the
gonna
way.
lie. This one did make me laugh. I'm sorry.
What we call ourselves. He thinks it's some kind of gotcha, but like that's literally what we call ourselves. We have like a list of names, like fucking losers, busty French ladies, Best Friends Legion, Bargest Fight League, like
Beans for
Artist
Luna.
Fight League? I hadn't heard that one before.
Oh, it works.
I have
What's
made
Luna?
Sandrin's new favorite though. I think.
Is that a waifu?
Beans for Luna.
Luna is a K-pop group, and it's what my monitor pilot is named after.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's very cringe.
He's fucking talking, man.
Fuck you,
I just-
little rat.
There's just so many bad memes.
That one was a good one. The stop feeding the pandas one.
Yeah.
Like there was
no,
at
there
least some effort put into that one.
I think this is just
That
a
one, yeah.
sign, isn't it?
The Uno
Yeah,
one
what was the
pretty
draw
good.
25 meme?
The good of the Uno
We'll
one.
get there.
Yeah,
we'll
I
get
like the
there.
draw 25.
Oh
memes.
my
Those
god,
are
that's a cute
funny.
panda.
Yeah, this one's a good one.
I think this is just a. Oh no, this is a whole. The whole thing was made. I thought it was just like an actual sign that they threw a ship into.
No, like I think someone
Okay.
actually put effort into this. It's cool.
Nice.
Mm.
All right. Well, and this one.
All right, next meme.
This one was the
this
one
one's
after
boring.
that fort died and Frat was anchoring another one while the first one was dying.
Yeah, it's really
That's
low
not even the
effort.
proper use of this meme. 2 out of 10.
Can you
Yeah,
put like
next one.
Can you just like label the ones that were made by Mifune? Like people need money.
Yeah, true.
Was this one made by Mifune?
I think
Yeah,
so,
that was made by
yeah.
Mifune.
Probably. It looks
Okay.
like Mafoon.
I think you
God
should give
damn
it that special star from the first original. I mean, that was a good one.
Oh, yeah, this is the
Oh,
fucking
that
Astra House we
one.
bombed.
Yeah, that's just
But
that's gonna
fucking-
pop up. So just
Oh yeah,
so
so
everybody
That
knows,
was
tell the
secret
story.
frog
Tell us the
tech.
story. Tell us about
okay,
the frog tech.
okay. So we were clearing a Volta Astra house in our staging. They were doing something up in Branch. I think is like pretty unimportant. And they had a lot of dudes. It was like I don't know 350 something like that. They had a lot of dudes. We had like 70 people or something. So we're bashing this Astra house. It's almost dead. It's at like 5%. Sino goes up like very, very close to us. And then Sabres start warping in. So we have to Oscar Mike it out of there and like regroup ourselves in the Keep Star. And we're like, damn, we can probably kill this Astra, but they have a lot of dudes. They have like a whole lot of dudes. So we ended up like doing some really crazy frog tech and basically bombing an Astra to death from like 5% hull. And we thought it was hilarious because they had like
When you say
2
bombing,
fleets.
you mean
throwing
actual bombs?
bombs.
like using the actual bomb launchers
Oh
on
my
bombers to
God.
bomb an Astra to death.
That's
And
sick.
I had to frog tech it in like 15 minutes while it was repairing, right? And I thought it was really cool because they had like, hundreds of guys guarding it. They had like bubbles everywhere, dictors, hictors, like mutant fleets, the whole 9 yards.
Um,
And I'll give them credit. As soon as they saw the bombers undocking, they realized what we're planning to do.
Yeah, the RFCs were really on the ball and definitely like began counterplaying us, but we thought it was hilarious. Just because it like almost never happened.
And
yeah.
Yeah, it's electron bombs because nobody had fucking bombs except one person. So we were just like, who's got bombs?
We're still in the process of moving in. We haven't quite, the market hasn't quite caught up to our immense girth.
One of the really interesting things about Pure Blind is because it's like proximity to Jita. Like if you have like 30 minutes, you can like normally get a jump freighter in to like do.
We didn't have 30
stuff.
minutes.
I know in this case you didn't, but like a lot of the time you do have that time, and it's quite interesting to do funny business like that.
I'm just gonna show all of the people on the B3 side of everything.
It's gonna show up as like 20 bombers and then like a 300 hacks.
Just so you know, this is gonna go on for a little while.
Yeah, you can scroll quicker.
I'm not going
No,
to.
no, I think you should.
Redline, go to the next meme.
No.
This
I
is
think
Your
we
meme
should.
game is
We need to keep
slow.
scrolling.
So, Johnny,
Yeah.
I did a descan. when they bridged in, it was 50 DPS to 198 DPS.
Okay, so we were basically outnumbered 4-1 in DPS. We're very, very close to that, just to give an idea of like the odds that we have to fight in the European time zone.
Hey, we
Yeah,
made
this
it
was
to
a
the end.
max port form, guys. I'm sorry. 20 bombers.
Oh, no, click the button. There's more.
What button?
There's
Click the button.
129 more. We're not done yet.
Oh, hold
Click
up.
the button, Redline.
Right, I'll be honest. I don't
Just
have the
carry
screen
on.
open. You're gonna have to tell me what's going on.
He's
He's
just
slowly
scrolling
scrolling
through the
through
BR.
the BR, which shows like 300 man.
Go to the next meme.
This
Oh,
is
and the funny
next
part
meme.
too is like, despite the Esther house being like basically dead, a bunch of fire guys like gave it a love tap and then definitely like to get on the kill mail or whatever, then definitely helped us out. So we appreciate you guys. Got our backs.
Oh no.
Oh god, that's a lot of Munins.
It's a lot of
Fire
minions.
moment.
Yeah, and like, the minion's been nerfed a little bit, but if you have 200 of anything, it's still incredibly powerful in this game, right?
I guess
Alan, can you post the BR in Twitch chat?
I could just post the battle report. That would be
Thanks.
easier.
Next meme.
God damn, Rain.
And
Next
to be fair,
meme-
this is the fleet that was jacked up and juiced up from killing hands was Titan too, right? So
You
Oh,
killed Hanzo's, they killed
okay,
Hanzo's
so,
Titan?
like, Hanzo's Titans died so many times now. Is it really considered a Titan frag at this point? We have to ask
We were
ourselves the question.
talking about it in AKC. Apparently, he's lost one or at least one of every Titan apart from the Levy.
So the
Hanzo's
funny,
really
the
good
funny
at feeding
part,
Titans.
the funny part too, Mav, is that all of Hanzo's Titan losses have come in the north. Like Hanzo is like a very story player at this point. He's lived everywhere in New Eden, and basically all of his Titan losses are like in Pure Blind or Branch, which is kind of like the northern part of New Eden, right?
The one that got burst jammed mid warp. That was a good one. He got he was mid warp and he got burst jammed and
So he couldn't
he was
save
gonna-
log?
so he had an aggro timer.
That's fucking dunk tech. Holy shit. I like that.
All right.
It's also
Oh no, no, I remember. He gave himself an aggro timer.
Oh, that's not dunk tech.
But and then he did get burst jammed mid warp and it refreshed it. So even if he didn't give himself an aggro timer, he was gonna get an aggro timer.
That's a good meme. I like that
So
one.
this one.
What's anal gated no blocks mean?
Amalgamated.
Oh, sorry. The text is really small.
Jesus Christ,
get your mind.
The text is small, dude. Redline's got like boomer. Okay, thank you, Redline.
And see where your mind's
I
at. Jeez.
actually don't have boomer eyes. That's why I
I'm
can
pretty
see
sure.
it.
I'm pretty sure you have some boomer eyes. Yeah,
You need like a fucking telescope or a magnifying glass to see this.
There's one. Hold up. This one. These two go together.
Can you zoom in?
Oh, you gotta zoom. Redline, look how tiny.
What have they done to the what? The meme. This is not the meme format.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is kind of.
No.
It kind of means it isn't red light.
Yeah.
Well, no. It's two things.
This isn't
that
even
are
a good meme.
I know it's. It's.
I don't get what this meme says.
Oh, hang on. I have some shit talking to do. Someone said, I know King Amarian keeps talking shit to you. Ask him why his head FC left his alliance.
Head FC is probably like
we'll
bottom
get
of the
to-
barrel tier. Who cares?
We'll get to ask him here in about 15 minutes, gang.
Okay.
Oh dear.
We're gonna bring him
Oh
in.
dear.
We're gonna open up the channel for the 3-year celebration. I'm just gonna let you go nuts for half an hour.
Oh, that's a
Have fun.
terrible idea.
Move on to the next meme.
I'd like to
Redline.
inquire why Sandrin has the elite FC tag.
He's
Yeah.
a loser himself.
No, you're a cringe FC.
Okay,
What's
but
his
who,
name? You can edit his
but
name.
who,
All right,
who
here's
gave
this
you
one.
the tag?
I mean, some guy in Volta like 4 years ago called me an elite crab FC on Reddit, and I've just kind of rolled with it ever since.
I mean, if Volta said it must be true.
Is that the same day that you warped your super to a
Yes, that is when I did my super. My super cost 9 bill. I replaced it immediately. Fuck that super.
Wait, it was 9 bill?
Yeah, it was 9 bill for a super at the time, dude.
Here's the
Of course, I
next
fucking
meme.
fed that shit.
Here's the next meme.
Works go burr.
This one I
Mav
love.
began playing after supers weren't free anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Redline. I sent you a private meme.
I know.
This is not a good meme.
The cat doesn't speak. The whole point of the format is the cat doesn't speak.
I have a question for GTC
This is true.
members.
Oh.
Maybe it's like ironically bad meme.
There's an important question to be asked.
Oh no, Zero Muskie.
So, why did 60 hacks run away from my 30 Lokis earlier?
Oh no,
Have you
really?
ever fought Lokis and hacks?
covert
numbnuts?
Loki's,
Were they
Redline. Have you ever
covert
flung
Lokis?
Yes,
They're
sir.
dog
What?
shit.
Yeah,
What
so
is wrong with them?
The whole point of the Lokis is they're intentionally awful. Like they're so
Yeah.
bad. Like they lose to literally everything. Like you can literally bring Caracals and beat our Lokis if you wanted to. It's not the point of them.
What the fuck?
We just like Lokis, you know. Like we're trying to role play to
I
our
think-
personal tastes.
What hacks were they in?
So, Eagles probably.
Cerberuses. Ham Serbs.
Ham Serbs? Like, do you not just fucking dunk?
You kill everything.
Francis.
You didn't have like a
Francis-
Nesta, did you?
So we undocked,
Yeah.
got our bridge, and Francis just warped off without us even bridging in.
Fucking.
It's because we had 200
And the fort
artists in the mid,
repaired.
dude.
And
Yeah,
the fort
dude.
repaired, and he went home. He bridged home from DO6 because he thought we were gonna blops on top of him. And
Everyone knows
stood
the
down.
Horde Super Fleet's ready to go when the F-Tech and Keepstar. No one's noticed.
It's very interesting that no one from like B2X, B3 will come on this talk show.
Brendan's in
either.
chat. Brendan,
I'm actually really
Yeah, but
surprised Shatter didn't
Brendan's
come
in the
after
initiative.
Coconut Titan today.
Brendan's in the initiative.
Yeah,
oh
this
yeah, he
would be-
swapped, didn't he? Ugh.
Guys,
Yeah.
hey, real quick, listen, Brave, GTC, B3, whatever you are, you know I love you just the same, right? You're welcome here.
I will bully you though, but
Redline's part of B3 now, right?
I am not.
I think.
Oh, who are you part of now?
I am not a part of anybody.
Oh, dude, Redline, you could have like an NPSI group that has like jump clones and pureblind and just jump clones for fight. That'd be sick.
yeah, I post this definitely does not have jump clones in Pure Blind.
Let me tell you what.
Definitely not.
That's what I'm
bye.
gonna do, but not right now. I'm taking a break during the
If you
month.
need some, if you need some logistics, Redline, BFL will be happy to assist with that in the most third-party, neutral, non-partisan way possible.
Of course, of course.
Paper
So
bag
this-
is a man to be trusted.
So this is the next meme.
This is just not a good meme.
It's
like,
not.
Did Mifune make this?
I don't.
yeah,
think so.
I think he did.
Like,
I don't think
Oh,
this
he
one was
didn't?
actually.
Like this one's a little bit funny, but I think it kind of misses the mark. I don't think Gobbins like really interjected Horde that much. Like I feel like just because Horde is like a pretty open and like relatively public entity, people saw the Gobbins announcement, but that's just how Gobbins talks to members. Like he explains like what's going on, like his take on things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate that Goblins is willing to like, just not lie to his line members like other,
Like
groups.
most of them.
Yeah,
I've had I've had FCs and CEOs where they make decisions because they're getting paid, but they don't tell anyone, and it's actually kind of annoying.
Oh, we're getting paid. We love the Panda Bucks. Uncle's blessed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Goblin says, "Hey, we're getting paid. That's why we're doing this," versus like trying to make up some bullshit excuse.
Johnny,
and I
check your
think-
DMs.
And I think before it was that you guys were just there third partying, but now you're actually on frat side.
So
for money.
So when we went there initially, I think it was in October of 2022, we were there with the intention of fighting everyone, but we discovered very quickly that when you're up against like an entity that's like European North American, and we're also very heavily European North American as far as player base goes, it's pretty hard to fight a group that's like the strongest Chinese group in the game. Because one, the fights are like very early in the morning for everyone, and two, they have enormous numbers that time, and we don't.
Now they're just partying.
You also did engage against Fraternity, didn't you?
We had a dread fight somewhere, and like it was like the pure blind tribute board, and we actually did that with B3. We even told some B3 saves like, hey, if you want to fight frat together at some point, like we're not opposed to doing that. But they never really seemed keen beyond that one fight.
Didn't Rots like help organize that?
Yeah, Ruts. Yeah, Ruts was like the initial bait for that operation. He's a cool guy. Like, we like Ruts.
But the thing, yeah, John. Like the thing, it turns out fighting 40 BJK harpies or fighting whatever the Pel B2 was forming at the time. Which would you rather fight? Or which would actually give you a fight, rather?
I mean, the harpies, obviously.
So I mentioned lying earlier, and I have a little bit of a leak that's very funny. So Brave FC, I'm not gonna name them because they're cringe, but a Brave FC the other day. Also, that the text on that meme is tiny. A Brave FC, like I think they didn't ping a CTA, but they like pre-pinged, basically saying hostiles are like max forming for this time are coming up, and no hostiles pre-pinged at all, like none of them.
Yeah, it was for the X47-4 armor timer. They claimed that everyone was like max CTAing for it to all their members, but nobody pre-pinged for it at all. They were just lying to their members through their teeth, like blatantly lying.
Yeah. And it's like I've seen them do it a couple of times now, at least, like just blatantly lie about stuff, and it's just really cringe.
So this one, I don't think Mafoon made this one.
As the kneeling RMT and botted IS continues, we stand, fight for a free north. This is
think
just
Doesn't
weird.
Volta have a history of RMT?
Yeah. Also, yeah, Starfleet Commander,
Wait,
literally RMT.
I have,
like,
yeah,
hello.
I have a question to Volta. Where did all the IS go from all the skill U forts that Starfleet got a hold of? Where did it all go?
What happened to all the AT ships?
So remember as well that Volta just won something like 6 trillion ISK of AT ships, which is an enormous amount of funding.
Hang on.
Did
so
Volta
it
get that, or
depends-
did the members who
yeah.
fly in the AT get that?
It depends on the structure of your alliance.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if in Volta the alliance actually does get a lot of it, but like it's a lot of work to train for the AT, so a lot of groups
Also a
do
shit
give
ton
that
of
to.
money. So I have no idea how the prize structures were distributed, but that is still an enormous windfall for a group regardless, right?
Yeah. I know,
Even
like
one
many
trill is a
groups,
huge amount.
many groups do like the initial funding and kind of like seed it, and then they'll take like a little bit, but like a lot of it goes to them, like people who did the actual work, because it's like hours and hours and hours and hours of practicing and
Like I know,
dedication.
Yeah, I know other groups will do that. Like I remember PL would always take a large cut, like back in the day. But I also know groups like I think it was Goons. Like all the members, like they just pretty much tell the exec, like, "Hey, sign up for the AT. We're gonna do it," and then they invest all of their own money.
Because they have no chance of winning.
I mean, either way, the fact like if they were to win anything, like skins and whatnot, that should all go back to the members who invested them initially.
Yeah.
If the alliance invested, sure, I can see the alliance taking a cut. But if the alliance didn't invest, I don't know why the alliance would take anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Volta supposedly has all these trillions of ISK and they can't fly faction battleships, they fly hacks.
I mean, they did start anchoring some keeps, right? They've got a new crab star. Very exciting.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure.
they max formed everyone to go defend it, and no one wanted to go to Declan to shoot it.
Mostly in the middle of Declan. Like, no one's going there.
Yeah, maybe these are the money and keeps totally possible.
That's alright. Declan is already in decline already, yeah?
Jeez.
Oh dear.
God. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
No one's ever said that joke.
All right, is it time for
sorry.
me? Is it time for me to roast King of Marion yet? Or?
I mean, it can be. So here's the thing: I ran out of memes.
I sent you one.
Did you? I didn't see it.
I want to see the meme.
Did you show
It's already a
Mifunes?
meme, but it's like better quality
We
than
did. They
Mifunes
were all
stuff.
bad, Daniel. All of them.
So
What?
don't just speak, act.
This
Join
is so
DFL.
Wait, I thought you
bad.
changed this, Sandrin.
I did change it, and then I changed it again, and then I changed
It's
it again.
bad.
Fuck off, Murph. It's a lot
It's
better than
bad.
Mifunes. What's bad about it, Murph? Okay.
It's just cringe.
What's
Looks
cringe
like it was
about
done in MS Paint.
Oh,
Nah, it's
Lucy.
too good for MS Paint.
Oh, while the show was going, Lucy Liu just put a actual AAR up of how Hanso fed his Titan.
That's
nice.
The problem with this picture is that BFL doesn't really recruit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
We do,
I
but
think
not
this
openly.
might be a
It's like-
recruitment post, though. Right?
Can you link your in-game channel, please? I'd like to join.
Daniel, you are literally the microphone is in your mouth.
It's touching your
That's where I like
how
it.
longula.
Somebody
Not
likes
his
it, yeah.
mouth.
Oh no. Fuck's sake.
Okay, so yes, I guess we've reached that point in the show where we can say our official goodbyes and then let it go from there.
If it gets too cringe, I'm leaving to go deal with iHubs.
You made it
Initial
cringe
goodbye.
already by being here, Murph.
Here's the
All
deal.
right, you little rat.
Here's what I'm gonna do. If anybody says anything cringy, I'm kicking them from the channel.
Please remove Murph.
Red line 13.
Can we ban Sandrin?
We
My name's
cannot.
Johnny
Said
Sim.
cringy.
So that's the deal. But anybody can join if the Discord link just got posted. So this Discord, just like BFL, anyone can join. And I'm not
That's
gonna
not
drag.
true.
I'm not gonna
Jesus
drag
Christ.
everyone in all at once.
Why
I'll
not?
drag. Well, because that would
drag
be
them all
insane.
at once.
I don't want to make things awkward. But first, we're gonna
It's gonna
start
be
off.
awkward.
We're gonna start off with King of Marion. We're gonna bring him in now.
Wait, can we play Among Us after the show?
We could probably.
Pog.
There's a fucking ice storm, bro.
Wait, before King Amarian says anything,
He's already here.
Before you say anything, I have a question for you. Nada wanted me to ask you, where
no.
dreads?
Oh no.
Where are dreads?
Where are dreads?
26 days, Tama 1600.
What?
26 days? Why so specific?
What?
Is that
As
when
a
you-
That's when my guns
safety.
train up.
Is that
I'm
when you
putting
get
Eve.
Oh.
not one?
Yeah, essentially, that's when my guns train up fully. And then I can go out gung-ho, blazing and shit, and get dropped on to say my final goodbye to Eve.
Wait, you're leaving now?
Yeah, I'm going to join the Navy.
Oh shit.
Time to go.
Good luck. Is that the right word? Congrats.
that's a good word.
luck.
Good luck is good.
Yeah.
Good luck is good.
Give me all your stuff. I hope it's expensive.
I'll
That's
see about
not-
getting you a
Yeah,
Marshall.
can I have
system,
your
though.
150 trillion PI and Jita?
No, you
Stop
may
it.
not.
Don't delete your character though. You'll want it.
No. I'm thinking about doing something else with it. Don't worry about it.
Don't.
He's gonna empty it out, is what he's just said.
I mean, he already
I don't
broke
see anything.
CCP rules by trading in high-sec capitals.
Wait, what?
He purchased a
Whoa.
high-sec capital.
That is illegal.
That is bannable.
Yeah.
It's the Bolton.
Is that illegal?
Yeah.
It's legal
Yes,
to
it
sell
is.
it, as far as I'm concerned.
No, it's not.
What's
Th-
up?
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
actually
matter.
illegal.
It
Fucking
doesn't
said it,
matter
that's how
about
CCP
when
is concerned.
Yeah.
There is an invention called reprocess.
All right.
and they
Well,
won't find
anyway,
out.
what the fuck y'all dragging me in here for? Someone wanted
Well,
to
you
roast
were
We're
me?
in the channel
You're in
named
the-
Drag
yeah.
Me.
Dragged in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You've been DMing me this whole time. Drag me in.
Yes,
like,
I DM'd you
dragged
because I was
you
going
in.
to talk about
and
the
here
current
you
issues
are.
in Eve.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
well,
going to talk.
Fuck. I didn't
Get
think
in,
you were
I
going
was
to
like-
contribute.
No, I wanted to because I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty neat. And I've lived over there, so maybe I could see what insight I could give where I'm needed. You know?
Lived where?
Over
I
there.
live in Detroit.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Detroit?
You can't say that joke. You're not allowed. I've monopolized the Michigan jokes.
I take offense to that. Damn it.
What?
I'm
that I
just saying
monopolized the joke?
the Chinese transliteration of Deterid is Detroit, by the way.
Nice.
The what?
The Chinese word that is used for Deterid, if you translate it literally, so the transliteration is just Detroit.
Makes sense.
Oh.
I really like that name for the big fish, the invincible big fish.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. If we don't have a bunch of randomness to spout, I do.
We just end the show now and go play Among Us.
Well, I
no,
mean, is
'cause
that like a
did-
rap battle Mav?
No, you can't
No.
rap battle Mav.
Well, I mean, that man wanted to shit talk me, so we're gonna rap about it. All right,
It's
I'm
true,
just
Mav.
saying.
You did want to shit talk him, but I wanted to shit talk.
Yeah, I
Goons
got asked, where did your
because
FT go?
Because now
Alright,
I'm
go on.
currently on the real Goons blacklist for no reason. Fuck
Wait,
you.
what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? You got turned in?
I didn't do
Wait, so
anything.
so not only you like blacklisted from PLNC Horde
Blacklisted from PL and Goons for inactivity.
and
Classic.
Goons.
I wasn't
God, you're-
blacklisted from Goons for inactivity.
You're turning into Jeremy.
I was
Redline.
blacklisted.
No,
from
no,
Goons
Jeremy
for
is
too
Jeremy's
much
in
activity.
Goons.
How'd you get
Jeremy-
blacklisted from
yeah.
PL for an activity?
I don't know. That was a weird time in my life. We weren't talking about it anymore.
Hang on. King Amarian, apparently your head FC was Calvin Rothschild.
My head FC was Calvin Rothschild. You mean the dude that AWOKes a bunch of Hulks, kept annoying me every fucking day to get on, even though I just needed some breathing space? That man? Nah, he wasn't the head FC.
I mean,
He
I'm
just
being
annoyed
told he
because I
was
wanted-
the head FC.
By who? Calvin Rothschild?
Sounds like something a head FC would say.
Yeah.
So who was the head FC if it wasn't him?
I would
the
like to
head
point out.
FC was technically Ari Luna, which is they're still with us.
Who?
Ari Luna.
Who?
Oxy Luna or Ari
Who?
Luna. They're an instructor in my area.
Who?
Instructor of what?
Instructor
Science.
of PvP.
I
What?
see.
Yeah, go look at Killboard. They're
He
like
has
top on
700
PvP.
kills. What?
The
Top on-
person who just
they're like
messaged
brand new to
me
Eve.
has not given me any extra
So
context.
his first kill, his first loss was in May of last year, and he has 700 kills in a year. That's not really that good.
Of course, it's not good. But I mean,
700 in
again,
a
we're
year is not
building
bad.
up. He's making progress.
700 in a
To
year
be
is more
honest-
than most of the people in this fucking channel.
I think this person DMing me needs to just like come on the show and stop using me as a proxy because
Yeah.
it sounds like
Can you say their name, please? Who is it?
they asked me to say, please don't say who I am.
I
Give
already
it
know
to
who
me,
it is.
and I'll say it.
Oh,
It's
really?
not a
Come
red,
on.
gray Ignis or Calvin Rothschild himself. I guarantee it.
It's not who.
It could be not a red, gray Ignis or Calvin Rothschild himself on an alt.
It was
Oh,
King,
I
Mar-
just got
King
DM'd.
Mario. Is this guy like another alt? Is that who Calvin Rothschild is? Is that the
I've just
meme?
been told that his head FC was
Calvin is a
actually someone
wannabe
else.
dropper.
Who is Amanda Hugginkiss? Huh?
Who?
Who?
Wait, have
A
you heard of,
Miranda fuckhead?
have you heard of Candace? Have you heard of Candace?
Jesus Christ.
How about
Can-
Howard?
Candace who? Sandrin?
Candace
Candace.
God!
Fuck's sake.
Do you guys want to play
Did you
Wheel of
have to
Fortune?
DM Johnny?
No.
Oh,
Did you have to DM
No,
Johnny
this is
for
more
him
fun
to like
for
fall
them.
for the bait?
Oh, Johnny's just my hype boy, you know? We hype each
No,
other up.
fuck's sake. So bad.
We gas each other up. We're just homies,
Sandra,
you know?
look in your DMs.
What have you done now?
I have
Who
an
the
idea.
fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's an interesting server he's in, though.
You're done? Yeah.
Don't know what you're on about.
Oh wait, his head FC joined No Forks Given.
That's somehow a step
That
down.
is funny.
So it's unironically a step down.
He could have gone Cruiser's crew.
He says,
God damn
this
it.
guy says, I'm the guy who killed his Astra.
Oh, so it is
Damn.
Gray Ignis.
An Astra.
Why would
An
you
Astra
do that?
was paid 1.5 bill to go put down. Oh well.
And like no trash
Who would
talk
pay
on
you
this
the
stream.
drop
Hang on,
Astra?
Thing of Myron, you declared war on Horde and Highsec, right? How's the war going, dude?
Okay, so I did it. That was fucking Mad Last Turbo Fingers doing, aka Adestria. That man decided to leave Corp, withdraw all the money. He could have asked for Miser Nitros and Marshalls, but no. He just fucking left, took the money, predicted fucking war on Horde, made fucking Corp shooting legal, and decided to just be a dick about it and messaged me some
Why did he have
unethical
roles?
words.
Why did he have
I'm
the
looking
roles
at
to do
his.
that?
I'm looking at his corp. Friendly fire is illegal.
It may have just been a oversight, but I was like, you're my best friend. Fuck it. Here's Corp perms. Have fun.
I see.
That was a
mistake.
That's always worked out very well. In the past.
Johnny,
Someone
can I
asked
have
me-
director roles because I'm your friend?
Yes, Sandra.
Someone asked me in the chat if I sold my Keepstarter frat. I did sell the Freeport to Fraternity, yeah.
Really?
I already had
while
to
ago.
because I joined PL and like it was like we were gonna go down south, right? And imagine having like an undefended, like quite PL
Keepstar kill.
Keepstar and pure blind. It's a
Jeez.
little bit awkward. So yeah, I sold it to Frat when we joined PL to make things easier and
For some free
simpler.
panda bucks.
Yep.
I posted a screenshot of my Panda Bucks, but I don't know about how much you guys are getting paid, but I'm doing well.
I'm waiting for my check to clear.
You guys are getting paid?
Yeah, I
Yes. We're
it's,
getting Panda Bucks.
it's pinned in the Twitch chat. You can see how many Panda Bucks I got.
Oh yeah, speaking of Panda Bucks, I heard that Delph has an incredible high amount of reserve banks going on in their space.
Yeah, they're pulling it for themselves.
They've
I'm pretty
already
sure.
had it.
What is it also being used for war bonds?
Oh no.
Possibly, I don't know.
Joseph, when will you use your war bonds? That is the real question.
Never
Well,
had any.
they're paying them back. Like Goons
Oh, I
are.
think Shadow just.
I thought they
fell
were
whenever Eyes to him,
refinanced.
and
Yeah,
I
they're
was waiting.
refinancing them. They're paying them back, but they're not really paying them back.
Yeah.
So when they
Yeah.
say
Yeah, it's-
refinance, what does that actually mean? Are they just like
So the I believe the interest rate on the previous war bonds was 6.66%.
it was 10%?
Was it 10%? Okay, and now it's 5% on the new war bonds. So they're just like, so they're
Issuing-
just, I don't know why like people are,
Issuing new bonds to pay off the old bonds. Is
I
how
don't know
debt and money
why
works.
people are
Yeah, I'd
like,
say that's just kind of how it works.
making this trade and not just keeping the old ones. But
So, Sandra, how much debt do Goons actually have to repay in war bonds currently?
I have no fucking idea.
I thought you had the number a while ago.
No,
I want to
mean,
say a crap ton, maybe. I don't
yeah,
know.
a lot of money.
It's 77 ISK, I think. That's all they got left.
You asking how much we're getting paid?
No, we were talking about Goon War bonds and how much they still owe.
They have a truckload of debt, my guys.
Oh, they've been paying like in increasing amounts. How much? Or was that in it? I can't remember.
No, it's
But the
Goons,
fact-
but
so-
they're,
but-
they're paying it off by refinancing it. They still have the
Yeah.
debt.
The fact that they're just paying down the principal now after like 18 months or some like incredibly long amount of time in this game is not a very good sign.
Are they actually paying down principal now? Was that confirmed?
Yeah,
I thought they were
they've-
like the refinance is just them.
No, but they've begun
But they
buying
started
back.
paying people that have like the least amount
Yeah, they've
coming to them.
been going up incrementally, Billy, from like 1 to I think it's at 50 now as they're buying
Yeah,
back.
that's the last I saw.
Okay.
But
Yeah, they still have, like,
they're
about
paying it
this-
off by issuing new war bonds, so they've
Hey,
not
if
really
you give
paid off the
us
debt.
if you give us more money, we will maybe give you back the money you gave us before.
Well, we still
I
have
have
over 23
a-
trillion ISK in debt at that point.
I have a
It's not a
question.
trillion, it's multiple trillions. Like
Yeah.
Muskie in chat says 11.5 trillion.
Oh, it's 11. I
Jesus.
thought
yeah,
it was
but
more than that.
Muskie was educated by the American public school system, so
Oh,
Probably have to double that number
I mean,
then.
you're not wrong.
So I have a question. Obviously, I don't know if it was actually discussed on the show, but like, Shines and In It had some very public takes about the TTT, and well, I say public. The Blackpool made them public. And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna like leave the TTT agreement. Like, we want to like be able to like shoot these people war decking us, blah blah blah." And then they've now kind of turned around and said, actually, you know, like we're gonna stay in the agreement and collect the money, and then we're gonna just kind of store it away, and then every time there's a Plex for Good event, they're gonna give the money to Plex for Good. Well, people's takes on that.
And it was getting scammed in the first place. They were getting like, a
True.
pitiful amount of money from their like what they should have been getting from the TTT. So like it's a good notion, but like the majority of the money.
To be
isn't
clear,
going
they don't
to
get
them.
any money from the TTT.
Yeah,
Goons
Goons
get
give them a portion, and the portion they get given by Goons is pitiful. They get 30 bill a month when Goons are probably making like 300 bill a month from it. And I think I don't think it's unfair to say it is worth more than 10% of that share.
Yeah.
maybe there should be some like redistribution of the Imperium TTT shares, like based upon merit or something. I don't know.
I agree. We should eat the rich.
Well,
when that
traditionally,
agreement was made, and it was not that strong.
Wait,
Well,
Dominar
if
doesn't want that because he's in TNT and TNT could
Oh.
just vanish overnight if we do
If
that.
I recall correctly, Goons split their share based on population. If I remember correctly, I could be
Also,
wrong.
Dracarys and Sigma are encouraging now on that money as well. I see.
And it was not per month. At least Bastion did not get it per month.
Well, Darkshine said it was 30 bill a month, so I'm inclined.
Well,
to
and
believe
it might get that every month, but like I don't think TNT and Lawn and Bastion did. They got it like I don't know, every other month or something.
I mean, that is because you are literally who alliances in the
No,
Imperium.
I agree. We didn't complain about it, but it was not. I was just pointing out it was not monthly.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything for any of that, right? That was just a gift as Bastion, right? Because
Can't believe you guys
we
are
had
so
nothing to do with that,
disrespectful
right?
of
At
them.
all. We hardly ever go to help. Anytime that was not us. So that really was just a gift to us, my opinion. We didn't deserve it.
Muskie, do you know how much debt the bees have taken on doing the war bonds?
How much?
I'm asking you. Apparently, you knew.
11.5 trillion, dude.
How much, Muskie?
11.5 trillion.
Where does that number
Was
come
that
from?
after- was
Where
that
the
after
fuck did that come from?
Is that the number based upon amount of shares given out for that corporation? Is that it? Shares issued?
The shares is like 22 trillion.
Oh,
It's a big number.
That's what El Terrari mentioned.
It's gonna lose itself.
Yeah, I
We-
thought it was up in the 20s of trillions of now.
Near the end of the war, if I
remember,
remember
yeah.
correctly, the guess or the running estimation was they had used like 2/3 of that, like 20 something, but like it wouldn't surprise me if it was in the 13 range, 14 range. But obviously they've had a couple years now. But on the other hand, they've also spent a lot of money rebuilding Delve, so it's hard to say what their financial situation is. It's anybody's guess.
I think the best way to look at someone's finances in this game right now is look at what kind of ships they're flying for their mainline doctrine infights, and if it's hacks, you're not doing so well.
If people are still flying hacks in like 2023 after the match,
Did you see Spicy's Shield Ishtar fleet?
Unfortunately, unfortunately, I saw a lot of that fleet.
I saw it on the BR.
No.
Fucking.
Did you end up killing that fleet as it was traveling home?
Mist just camped them.
Yeah, Spicy sat on one side of a gate, staring at the gate, whilst Mist was on the other side of the gate, killing some like goon flycatchers, and they sat there for an hour, just staring at each other. And then Mist just jumped through, warped onto Spicy, and killed him. It was really, really great use of everyone's time. Thank you, Spicy McNicey.
It's really important not to underestimate the Ponyo Prince. He's very lethal when he wants to be.
And wasn't it according to Spicy, he was afraid BFL was ready to log in and held Duncan with Vargas?
Well, that was the excuse he gave.
I mean, BFL is always ready to log in and hold Duncan with Vargas. Or
He was like Tomb Titan mids away, though.
Oh.
We had to bridge and then take like 9 gates in Vargas. Like, we're not going to cash shield stars.
Yeah. That was like probably one of the best moments, like while being in BFL though, was like the login moment and like bridging on to like some helpless idiots and dunking them. Good times.
Which time?
All of the times, Johnny.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
So,
I know, I
who
must
here is
hold
going to
that.
FanFest?
Oh, we don't talk about FanFest here. We hate Eve meets.
I'm still recovering from getting ill at Eve London. I'm somehow the only fucking person who
That's why you hung out with Aquilia. That's your fault.
No, it's because I kissed a dying on the mouth one too many times. I'm sorry.
With Aquilia.
Whenever there's an Eve
He's
meetup,
Scouse.
everyone gets COVID, so it sounds like a...
You can't.
The only person who got sick. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's because you have a dog shit immune system, Sandra.
Fuck off, you little rat. You never go outside. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I can't get ill.
I wish I knew.
Hey, Mav, does XBLYAF mean anything to you?
What?
XBLYAF.
Are you just making letters together?
XBLY.
It's an Among Us lobby code.
Oh,
Isn't that a Russian word? Oh.
Is that a Russian word?
God damn it, dude.
You also just leaked the Among Us code to everyone.
I think that was the point, Mav.
Well,
just a hunch, but I
Did you
think
just
that
wanna
might
play
have
with
been the
you and-
point.
You and Redline alone?
Right.
We were just gonna solo Among Us, the two of us.
Right.
Well, thanks for having me aboard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna do a poll. You have a choice. You can either watch us play a few rounds of Among Us, or you
come.
can watch some. It's not come, man. Come
Among Us.
on. Or you can watch
Come on.
another streamer. What do you want?
Should send them to another streamer so we can have
They're gonna
the
tune
after
you.
hours.
Send them to Captain Sparkles. Jesus
Give
Christ.
three, give
again?
3 minutes. I put
X.
it XBLYAF.
Vote Among Us.
No checkbox option.
I'm in Among
There
Us.
is no checkbox option.
Zura Light is streaming. You could raid him.
I
We
can
really
raid
could.
anybody we want to.
What do you want? Among Us.
Help out smaller streamers.
I
That'd be
just
great.
Amoga.
I'm a smaller streamer, man. What do you mean?
Redline, you're probably top line of Eve's best content. All right, I'm surprised they haven't given back parts
Eve's
yet.
best
Aw, don't be
content is
yanking
like
that
an
hard,
incredibly
Jesus.
low bar. Like, have you seen
Yeah.
90% of the Eve content? Like, you got like fucking Isabella Etchery or whatever talking about like, I'm gonna be an emperor in evil lie, and then just lying member and blob. Like,
billions of ISK.
like who the fuck watches this shit, man?
Listen, Isabella is very questionable considering she lost a fucking redeemer
Wait, we don't.
to a frat
We're not
keep
gonna
star.
talk shit about streamers.
Who?
I
Yeah,
will
we-
gladly
The
talk
YouTuber
shit about my
Redline, or
small
you-
gang
Alright, so
friend.
okay,
Okay.
if King Mario will shut up, Rain.
Sure.
The person
My bad.
we are talking about went on a rant one day in Cesspool saying you have to make Eve videos like Fortnite videos.
Oh,
And thumbnails the thumbnails should be like
Yeah.
Fortnite thumbnails. That was an actual
What?
conversation.
that day.
Are you sure they weren't
problem.
trolling?
They
No,
were
they were being
100%
100%
serious, and you go look at their videos, and that's all their thumbnails.
The problem is the demographic of the game doesn't really work if you're like one of these ADHDs.
Yeah, if you go to an Eve meetup, you will realize the average Eve player is like 30, like 30 to
Yeah.
35.
30's young.
Yeah, like
No, they're
Aquila
like
was by
40 to
far
60.
the youngest person there. He was very out of place.
And this is
Pretty
Eve
sure the
Blackpool.
average Eve player is collecting social security at this point.
Oh my god, Johnny.
Dude, that's all a
we're
PL. What are you talking
Can you
about?
stream the Among Us thing, please? You know what? Actually, like, talking of PL, like, there is this, like, whole retirement home meme, and I was pretty worried going into PL that, like, my corp of Zoomers would really not fit in PL, but, like, there was a lot of Zoomer energy in PL. It was pretty good fun.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
poaching
Brayden,
from
Brayden,
Horde, dude.
I'm gonna send you a screenshot, and you tell me how these thumbnails look to you.
Okay. Oh my god, this is close.
This is a very
That looks like
tight
the
vote.
mobile gamer
Holy.
person who makes
Among Us
like
is
videos.
winning, I think, for now.
Yeah. Among Us is winning by 4.
Jesus
Somehow.
Christ, what the fuck? It's like 2 turbo autists going at it. I'm
All they
pretty
need
sure.
is like a selfie on these with like open mouth expressions of like, oh my
The
god.
soy boy expression.
Yeah.
I
Soy
went
boy.
ratting and almost died. Like one of those fucking
Can you
thumbnail
stream
things.
the Among Us thing?
How is this guy voting more than me? What the fuck?
Alright, I'll help. I'm voting.
Dandrin, are you losing?
Let's go.
Losing. Winning now. Winning now.
God damn it.
Yes!
It was me, Dandrin.
What the fuck?
Yo, another streamer won.
Oh no.
Let's go.
God
Bruh.
You have to respect all the people.
You have to respect it.
I do. I do have to respect the will of the people. I put it
I
to a
think you
poll.
should stream a single game.
There's no such thing as democracy. Good night, guys.
There is such thing as democracy, and we're
Yes,
gonna go
sir, we
say
go.
hello to my good friend Zanus Denisif.
Who?
You know who he is.
Why would you not raid
give it to
Asura?
Asura. Give it to Asura.
He's small ganging, dude. He's like
Give
an
that
Eve.
man his views.
Asura
Asura
Light.
He is a
Says low
godsend.
expectations, dude. That's what our stream has.
I mean,
Nah.
Yo, wait,
I-
shut up, shut up.
No
shut up.
offense, but I do see an anime PFP.
There is a man streaming
true.
what looks like classic Eve right now, by the way.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put it in guest lounge on Discord.
All right, hold on.
Should I do another poll?
Yeah, do another
no, just
poll.
open the stream and just tell me.
Okay, hang on.
Yo,
he's
what the
streaming
hell?
classic
Why,
Eve.
what the fuck?
Raid this man right now.
Oh my god, you have to raid him.
Oh my god.
Paul
this
said
guy
raid,
is-
go raid
It
him.
says current location unknown. They're in a wormhole.
They've been live for 31 hours. This is just
What?
video of old Eve content.
Exactly.
Who?
Do you really think that's where we want
You
to
can
go?
tell how sped up it is too by the
I
icon.
have an idea. I'm gonna paste the link to that channel, but I'm gonna raid somebody else. Watch both.
They're killing
Yeah.
a thing right now. A
look
Ninhogger.
What Eve used
bro.
to be.
Look at this nano gang gameplay. All
This
at
is what
0
Eve
meters a
Online
It's got a
second.
like?
flashing fucking damage control.
Oh, these
What?
are the
Sure,
good
okay.
days.
This is live. What?
Yeah, this
Why
is
are you
live.
like-
This is happening.
Dude, Eve
right
Classic. Let's
Why
go.
are you like going up?
Must be a video.
Now. Nah,
It's
dude,
gotta
this is
be.
live. You just
No,
said it
this is
yourself.
live.
Okay.
It
Look,
has to
I
be
can
a video.
actually just
No
stream
way.
this. Is this illegal?
Yeah, it's illegal.
No, it's
Is
not.
what illegal?
It's illegal.
To
Redline,
stream
that's
other people's
DMCA.
content.
Yes,
It's
it
not
is. It's DMCA. That's
yeah, it's
bannable by
DMCA.
Twitch
Yeah,
and
bannable.
It's
DMCA.
bannable by
not-
Twitch. Oh
Yes.
my god.
Bannable.
Because there's
Streaming
a,
somebody else's
there's a
stream is bannable.
clause. Not if we're talking
Bannable.
about it. It's not.
Do you
Bannable.
guys, do you
No,
guys
it's
think,
bannable by Twitch's rules, not by DMCA
What do you
rules.
think
It's
about
bannable by
Honey
Twitch.
Mussy on
Rain, that
Moji?
would mean Ludwig would get banned, bro.
It's
like
true facts.
fucking
Ludwig doesn't
Report him
stream
and
on
get him
Twitch,
banned.
you idiot.
Pokemon would get banned.
Oh my god,
This is some
stop
double
Stop yelling.
screaming.
Yes,
Nah,
because
fuck
what
that.
happens
stop
is
screaming.
As somebody in
is
Twitch
a
politics,
bigger
I can
streamer
tell
will
you
stream
that
a
would be-
smaller streamer, and all it does is encourage harassment against that smaller streamer. So for the longest fucking time, Twitch said you're not allowed to stream other streams. If you want to play a
but
clip
what
that
is
somebody
this?
shares, okay, fine. But
Seems
streaming
dumb.
other streams is bad. It's
Okay, but what
equivalent
Yeah,
about
this is,
Honey
yeah, it's a
Mussy?
video. This is
Yeah,
a
but
video.
Twitch
Okay,
is
but-
incredibly poorly run, so who cares what they think?
Okay, but what about Honey
It's
Mussy
Eve
on my geese?
classic.
Actually, I don't really think that I would get banned for shouting out this guy's stream and showing it so that people go look at it.
No.
All right.
But I
You can
also,
let the mods decide.
I also
I don't
don't
think we will be
care.
toxic.
Nobody watches the stream anyway.
Yeah, to be honest, if like we get banned by Twitch, it's probably for the best at this point.
It's okay. We're just gonna raid. We're gonna raid somebody else. It's fine.
gonna raid the Dip Drawer for some cool ranch.
Drain Sura.
Damn, someone from Minute has come to play Among Us.
Oh boy.
All right, there is a lobby code in the chat. You can come play with us
So you
if you want.
just stream the lobby. We do
yeah, why aren't you
stream one
streaming?
game. Yeah, one game and then like
alright,
do a raid.
We'll just,
He's
I'll
just
stream one
he's
game.
not abiding by the poll.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
Not
poll is
abiding by
really
the poll.
more of a guideline.
It's also
isn't
not
it?
finished yet. Like it's 4 p.m. and it finishes, right?
We have
The
8
poll-
minutes.
Somebody
Yeah.
give me the lobby code, please.
It's
on the chat.
XBLYAF.
Okay, you do that. I'm going.
Help, Seema is sus, by the way. They're chasing me around the lobby.
Come
Oh,
on,
boy.
guys, join the Among Us game.
All right, give me a
Everyone's got
minute.
Among Us. If you don't have Among Us, send me your Steam friend
Make sure
ID and I'll get it for
you change your name before you join so you don't like dox yourself though.
Mav, you want to play chess?
XBL what, Mav?
XBLYAF.
All right.
Oh, someone's in. Oh fuck, there's
Why
two of them
does-
coming for me now.
Why does Mav look like Darth Vader?
Don't know. I spent time changing it. I'll play you at chess after. I'm focused on running away from Seema right now.
Man, we gotta have like an Eve chess tournament soon. I swear to God.
No, we don't.
That's a
Is
good
there a
idea.
simple way for me
You
to
don't
play you in chess?
understand.
I
Yeah,
just
the
dropped
link
it
in
the chat.
guest
In the
lounge.
If you just click it, it'll automatically put you in a chess game with me.
Oh, do I have to log in with my actual email on this, or is there?
No, you just play.
It's anonymous.
It is
All right.
anonymous.
Yep. So it's you can play as a guest essentially.
Yep, you just click the link.
Fuck!
All right, let me just take a picture of this. I will be in there soon. Let's do this. March.
I'm doing the Final Fantasy equivalent of super hunting. It's actually kind of fun.
Can you not like just come and play Among Us instead? Hello?
No, dude.
Cringe.
I'm reliving my childhood of literally like 20 years ago. It's amazing.
Wait, what are you playing?
Final Fantasy 11.
Oh. Wait, you closed the room? Red
No,
line?
it closed it.
Wow, red line.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, so he closed it because he's AFK.
I wasn't AFK. I mean,
You were
I was
AFK.
mostly
You were AFK.
Sorry.
Please
mate.
don't tell me he closed the match.
Alright, I'll
Oh,
type it
shit.
again.
Wow, Brave is pinging a lot. What's going on?
Yeah, pray for
It's
cringe.
probably Shattered crying about a loss. Who knows?
Relaying Brave is very funny.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
Grave is
take a peek in
hilarious.
C4C real quick, Johnny.
Which is the icon for Queen here?
Oh no.
The
Thank you,
pointy
Rain.
one.
It's the one that
with
looks
the
like
5
me, dude.
points.
The one with the 4-point is the Queen.
Yeah, the 5-point one.
Billy sandbagging. Listen to him.
Yeah.
Alright, the new code is MJNVMF. I lost the stream. There it is.
Wait, what is this?
This is. Ugh.
Okay. There we go.
I can't wait until it appears on Redline stream saying you are the imposter.
Oh, that'd be bad.
Oh, I have a slight idea, Johnny.
I think I'm fucked here.
Hey, drag Seema. They're in the Drag Me channel.
There may be
No.
100 fraternity in B3 staging right now.
I thought
What?
I thought the
fuck?
pandas couldn't form in US. Just that I was told. That's interesting.
Login.
I sent you a D-scan. That's probably why they're pinging.
I wonder what they could be screaming about.
Do I have a functional Answerplex network currently?
I think they might actually be. There are like 4 monitors on dock right now.
On the undock?
I'm just warping down to the keep start.
Well, this is breaking news.
Each monitor is like a multiplier of strength. You
Hang
have
on,
4
Billy.
times 4.
Billy, you know you don't need to say check, right? Every time you check them.
I didn't
On
notice.
online
Oh wait,
chats.
the C4C jumper is dying.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Wait,
that's-
dying or getting reffed?
Isn't
It's getting
that-
roughed. It's
isn't-
almost
Yeah.
done. Being
Isn't
roughed.
it B3 staging that would be really unlucky if you're staging against a Black Scott ref
Yeah.
like that in prime time.
100 fucking yeah.
What's FRTN?
Deimos and Zealots.
Oh man,
I'm glad they are not in those vagabonds.
I like Deimos Zealot fleet.
Those vagabonds are so cringe.
Like those vagabonds have a lot going for them, like the 5-7-20s they have fit.
Yeah. To be fair, they did manage to actually like anchor a keep with those, so I guess they work.
Don't pull goblins that.
Oh no. I mean, like
Alright,
they may or may
so
not have
moment
been
of truth, do you
supported
think-
by a lot of other fleets, but
Moment
yeah.
of truth, do you think B3 can undock and stop this RF? It is
No.
15% armor.
Guys,
No,
for
they
light screens?
won't.
B3, if they're able to undock and ref this shit correctly, then they probably should get 100 million-ish.
Galgarak is coping in local now.
The Vola dude.
Is anybody else gonna join the Among Us game?
Wait, isn't
I'll just put it
Galgarak
in. I'll just
Calvin
put it in
Vault?
cesspool. No.
Oh god.
I think Johnny's coming, right? Or
Yeah,
no?
put the code in cesspool.
Yeah, put the code in cesspool. Why not?
Why don't you do it? You're the person,
I am the person, aren't I?
the chief chimp.
The chief. That's the
chief
nicest.
chimp.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
God damn.
I mean, we can't say come against a chimp, right?
True.
Alright, hold on. Let me get my music playlist for Among Us.
By the way, I refuse to believe that any self-holding alliance isn't sponsored by Red Bull. The amount of Red Bull I've drunk since like joining AKC is a lot.
We've changed to BioSteel map. It's electrolytes instead of
We're changing to Dubby.
I actually need to order some more Red Bull. Thanks for the reminder.
Just do cocaine, dude. It's way easier.
Oh no! Oh no!
Pretty bad at chess, Philly.
They can start?
I'm pretty bad at chess.
Play chess while you're playing Among Us. You should be alright.
My character in Among Us has a heart above its head because we are ambassadors of peace and love in Pure Blind.
Oh shit.
Sandrin's gone. Fuck, I was gonna shit talk him drinking Monster.
He's probably moving the sound to drop the beat. I mean, is it too much?
Yeah. Huh? At Beans, login.
Pretty sure every BLFC has like a recon logged off in C4C at this point, just for the situation.
Let's be honest, if BFB logs in, it's the end of days.
I think one of my favorite jobs we did was the one where I had the Sino and someone was like, "There's a recon on the other side of the gate," and the FC's like, "Is it Horde?" And they're like, "No." And then very quietly you hear someone saying, "It's Mav," and then the Sino goes up and the FC goes, "Oh fuck," as they get dunked by Bargists.
Did you get a recording of it?
I do have a recording.
Can you
It's
send
one of
me
my
that
favorite
shit?
recordings.
I want to watch this.
I find that FC is one of the most
I'm just
forthright in the
gonna
coalition.
stream this to the channel if people
You got
are
a
curious.
50-50
Alright.
chance at not getting checkmated here. Hey, there you
Alright,
go.
let's see this.
Who's the fraternity FC? Is it Sadao?
Sadao.
Nice.
Oh, Sadao.
Sadao's gaming at the moment.
He's just,
Oh wait, we can.
there are 200 people docked in this Keep Star.
Wait, is that game theory?
Why don't they just undock carriers and launch fighters?
Yeah, turn the Sino Jammer on, undock the carriers, and start burning over there. It's like the one benefit you have as a Sov holder.
There is no way anyone
Wait, do I
in
have
the
a Sino?
world.
Yeah. Wait. Hang
Have
on.
you-
Do I
look
not
how many
have a
forts-
Sino Jammer in C4C?
I don't see one.
Oh my god, no, they don't.
There are 4 forts on this grid.
Yeah, so they've done the anti meme Fortizars, but they have no jammers.
I mean, it's jammed for like 10 jumps in every direction map, and that is not an exaggeration.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, there is no way anyone's bridging in there, so.
I mean, you know, no one ever gates their capitals around. That would be
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And as someone with a little bit of experience in carriers, I can tell you that carriers are really, really good and apply fully to armor hacks. Basically a hard counter. No. Carriers are one of the worst things you could possibly use against armor hacks.
Oh, okay.
I think B3 should do it here. I think it's a good idea.
Oh,
boy.
they're
Here they
working.
go. Shit's about to go down, boys.
Hey, everyone, log in.
Primary is brave. Primary is brave. Log in, Titans.
Wait, they're just killing like a front damnation like pushed off the gate.
What the fuck?
Damn, dude, the gaming.
Here they come. Here they come.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, they're coming back for the damnation?
Oh,
Damn,
oh,
the
yes.
fucking chance!
This
What
is
the
gonna be
fuck?
See,
great.
this
Zoom
is
in,
the
my brother.
stalwart heart of the panda. No man left behind.
Actual fucking chance! I guarantee you now, Brave warp off.
Said
They're
I
like,
didn't.
This is
Oh,
the
they're
content.
running!
yeah, they're running! Oh, it's so fucking funny!
Guys, we have more hacks than they do. Let's run away.
Oh my god, I love fraternity, dude.
Let's see how many
Oh.
hacks. So Frat had 46 Deimos, 37 Zealot. B3 had 46 Munins, 26 Serbs, plus whatever else is still in their Keepstar,
They
which
should
was
be
90
running.
people more.
They're fucking gaming. So good.
So they had equal number of hacks plus 90 in the Keepstar.
Fucking cowards, dude.
I'll go snipe them.
Arcadius. Wait, well, that's not Arcadius. Someone else.
It's a spicy
It's this
McNicey fleet.
guy's running. Oh, that makes
I
sense.
thought Spicy was like a really aggressive FC who loved to take fights.
So see, there's Arcadios here.
Arcadius
Spicy
Soul as
McNicey's
well.
over here. Spicy actually didn't even warp down for the damnation. He was too afraid.
Is that you in a monitor?
Bad juices in a monitor over here.
No shot. They got
Oh
bad juice in the
my
monitors
When you have,
too.
when you have like 150
Yes.
dudes, that fourth monitor is a lot more than like a command chip or whatever.
Johnny, Bad Juice doesn't FC. He's just like schizo posting about how if he doesn't fly a mono, he gets headshot. So he flies
But it's
around
not. But if you're
in
not
a
commanding,
mono.
okay, but if you're not commanding in any actual capacity, it's not really headshot, is it?
True. True.
I mean,
It's
like,
what do you mean? It's the dream team: Arcadios, Spicy, and Bad Juice.
Oh
I feel like if they had two monitors, it would achieve the exact same thing, and their fleet would get stronger. But what do I know?
Would
Yeah.
it though? Would it?
But we wouldn't get the 30 seconds of footage from Bad. Did you see his last video, Johnny, where it was the Loki fight?
Oh, they're
They're
lighting.
lighting.
There we go.
They're lighting.
Oh. Is that because they're going back through the gate again?
There's a
Yeah.
There's
bubble
drag
there.
bubbles on the gate, though.
They've already left.
Wait, these are XIX drag bubbles, or no, they're front ones.
Yeah, they've just already gone.
They must be coming back.
They're
This
just
will be
burning off
great.
Tavern now.
What am I watching?
What
Is
are
this
you
a tactical feed
doing?
at its prime time?
I don't.
So I
I
take
guess
it we're
we're
not
not
gonna
playing
play
Among Us.
then?
Yeah. Among Us is not happening.
I think I'm gonna take off, guys. Have a good night.
We could get more.
Yeah,
You're
good
not
night.
streaming the fight.
But I don't know what they're
Or
doing.
not fight, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the server closed, so we'll call that we'll
like-
call Among Us a cooked goose.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Bad Juice in the monitor. He's ready.
All right, let's see this shit.
Are they
Can
waiting
you-
for the drags to go down?
Make sure you ping AKC for jump clones, man. We need the numbers for this one.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the bubbles
AKC
down. Are they
looking-
gonna warp?
Somebody
No.
ping anti-crab coalition. I want to see this shit go down.
AKC has absolutely nothing staged in Pureblind. There is nothing
you
to be
know?
concerned about.
There
How
are
do
no
you
dreads in
know?
Pureblind. Oh, here we go.
Okay. Are you gonna go through with them?
Two blunders.
I'm gonna pod. I'll try.
Wait, what the fuck? How have they not just killed you?
Oh
I
Normally some little idiot.
I was in a shuttle and they killed the shuttle.
Oh, so they killed you once. Okay, fair.
Oh,
Do you
there's
have a
no way.
cloak?
There's no way they bubble their own fleet for a.
Yeah, you're gonna die here. My man hasn't heard of a cloak or a nullification module.
There's no way they bubble their own fleet for a.
I guarantee you. I guarantee you're bubbled.
The only people in here are.
Oh, hey, that's Vlade. He's from Kenshin. Shit.
Will the bubble go up?
I didn't say
it's
when
just-
you were bubbled. I just said you were bubbled.
So
they were aligning X36, so
I'd be pretty surprised if Seto didn't get a fight here. Like he's someone who's kind of aggressive to a fault usually.
Yeah.
So what's he after?
he
A
Blood,
fight?
roughed their staging jump
blood
bridge.
and brawls. I mean, usually, hey, we're shooting your staging ends. Lex is a pretty good declaration of you're going to come fight us now.
Yeah.
And so Brave is pinging, but didn't show up yet from their stage.
I don't know. I didn't look at my relays. I
don't
can't
have
read.
I don't have any relays, but our information officers tell me they've pinged at least 4 times so far.
Jeez.
No.
And they
Let me
couldn't
have a
find the
look at the
undock button
relays.
until after it got RF'd and Frat left.
Brave strat pings. Oh yeah, okay.
But see, this is
channel
really good.
flash form fleet up under Arcadia Soul. For some reason,
Ooh.
Soul is all in all caps. B2 Alpha standard SRP. Frat A hacks the murder and staging. Let's go. At channel, keep logging in, please. Fight to be had.
Wait, what is this init gang here?
Oh my god.
This is
No,
pure
it's how
blind,
it-
bro.
It's
That's a
Hellgas.
small
It's not
gang
even pure.
fleet.
It's
Let's
fade.
It's
go.
fade. This is fade.
This is just how this area is. I love it.
No way. Spade and fucking Pure
I
Blind
kind
are
of
this
like. I
bad.
actually really like the South and Pure Blind at the moment. I feel like they're these two kind of big like content hot zones where the South has been kind of
Oh,
like
boy.
drawn out for the smaller groups
This
to
Guardian,
like fight in.
I think the Frat fleet's on the other side of the gate because this Guardian accidentally lemoned.
Yeah, probably.
Damn, you got
Yeah,
obliterated.
so there's like the South for kind of the smaller groups, and then Pure Blind for like the larger scale stuff. Very interesting.
Has been, yeah.
Do we have a higher resolution of this? Or?
Yeah, what is this
I'm
like?
working on it.
What? Yeah, no worries.
Do you actually have a nullification model and a cloak on your camera?
Yeah, I do.
Because
I
thank
do.
fuck for that. It's literally worse camera work than the AT.
Is that LTAC C?
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my own eyes over there.
Brave, yeah.
I can confirm Johnny Trouser Snake eyes are normally very reliable.
Oh fuck.
Did you feed already?
No,
Oh,
I'm
they
just
are warping home, it seems.
Oh, now they're
Who
trying to get
is?
off gate.
the Brave Cats.
They are indeed warping back to C4C.
Usually
Oh my
Arcadios and Seto are both pretty aggressive FCs, so I'm kind of surprised no fight.
Oh
Did it
my
get
god.
red?
Guys, if you're listening, Johnny just said he was getting eyes, not that he was gonna form 200 Bargists for you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They let me FC, nothing's going downhill fast.
Well, I don't know, Johnny. I haven't heard anything bad about you as an FC.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
You're not
yet.
listening to anybody talk.
Johnny
then.
is a notorious capital feeder, okay?
Wait,
He's-
seriously?
Look, I was in a fleet with Johnny one time. Nah, I can't even
Oh,
make something
boy.
up. Johnny's the nicest person I've ever met.
Listen,
Johnny's
even
the
if he is
nicest
a
person
cat
I've ever
feeder-
fucking met.
Even if he was a cat feeder, like, I haven't heard anything bad about him subcap wise, and that's the shit that really counts in the end. Like, yeah, cat fights are fun, don't get me wrong, but like, subcaps are the game changers.
Johnny also feeds subcaps, I'm afraid. He's a very big fan of feeding the
no.
they're killing
Force
the-
Recon.
Oh, here we go.
They're blobbing in it now.
Why? Why are you
in.
blobbing in it?
I think this should be the catalyst for Init taking FRT set in this conflict. That would be the
Agreed.
numbers. Like,
Yeah, poor
don't,
gamer.
don't let this stand chance. They're callously slaughtering your nano gang here. They don't care about you.
They never did.
Never
Poor
did.
Nano gang.
They would rather kill the Nano Gang than fight an even fleet fight.
I mean, it's an easy dunk and like easy like morale win, right? For your dumb, brainlet, nullsec, solve holding monkeys.
That's you, dude.
Don't you hold Zav now? Aren't you I have man now yourself?
Aren't you a solve holder now, you nullsec whatever you said?
Wait, are we talking
But-
about Mav? Do you really want to shit talk Subhold? Alright.
Bad Juice is actually just shit talking in local though.
Wait, is he really? Does he not
It's the first
realize
thing he
these are
says
his
is-
future allies?
He goes, "You in it." The first thing he said was, "You in it. Go back the fountain and bathe. You stink."
Whoa.
Then he called them
Bad Juice
Walmart
just needs to
typhoons.
Shut up.
What the fuck?
Walmart typhoons. Oh god, this is worse than Ragool's fit.
What the fuck?
It's quite aggressive.
And of course, it goes
Yeah.
directly into cesspool.
Somebody get
God
Bad
bless.
Juice in here. Somebody get Bad
No,
Juice.
please don't. That man is.
schizophrenic.
I would like
Yeah.
to roast him.
I would like to limit my personal interactions with that man.
Is he
Yeah.
that bad? Is he worse than me?
He's quite bad, yeah. If you've ever had a severance relay before, you will realize he is
I never had him as an FC. I
he
was
is
over
not
in
an
Lone Star
FC.
Warriors. Good. I never saw that man because I was with Lone Star and Warriors.
He
and
literally
we
just
did
sits
Black
in a
Ops.
monitor because he's a notorious clout chaser.
Dude, he needs to
Hey,
shut the fuck up, man, and go
what?
sit with fucking us.
Matt, how do you feel about clutch chasers?
How do you become a clout chaser in EVE Online? Like, what defines a clout chaser?
Oh, well,
in EVE?
you are the expert, this red line, so
That's what I'm trying to figure out. People keep saying that, and I don't understand what clout I got. I'm trying to find the clout.
Sir,
Based
your
on not that
fucking
you got
Twitch
it.
channel has 5.5k followers.
So what?
That's the clout. And you have 75 viewers.
So?
Damn,
That's
he told
clout.
he told Ennett to eat his ass.
Damn.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Why is
That's a Goon move right there.
I'm not
Sorry, on the
surprised if
smarts.
Bad Juice gets blacklisted at this point.
Okay, there's no
Blacklisted
fight.
from what?
Ugh.
There's no fight? Shit.
They jumped back in the C4C and ran away from the frat fleet.
Johnny, you remember
Face him head on.
Corky Free character, by the way? Go and look at what corp is in now.
Well, gang, I really didn't have much else besides this, so I'm gonna go ahead and raid somebody. It's gonna be a Suralite. Hopefully, they're still streaming. We're just gonna go real quick in 10 seconds. Keep in mind, there's only a few more episodes of Trash Talk Tuesday left in this season. Thank God, it's almost done. I've decided that I'm only streaming Eve. I muted the Discord. I'm sorry. Mav
Oh
asked
my
what I
God.
meant by the season. I've decided I'm only streaming Eve during daylight savings time.
What?
So when
Oh,
it's
wait,
not,
wait.
You're literally just gonna stop streaming on like the massive build up to like a giant war, and then when the war kicks off, like you're just not gonna stream because
Wait. So what happened
Okay.
to the 3-year anniversary shit where we were gonna try and get everybody
no one
on?
joined. No one
Yeah,
joined
no one-
because
no
it's a
one
dead
joined.
show for
show.
old people who live in
Old
care
farts.
homes.
Yep.
If ever I
And
get
you-
old enough to need a care home, please just put me in a box and get done with it.
Sam.
It's horrible, really horrible.
What am I reading? Oh, Galgarek. I mean, you are trying to bait a fight on a already ref Anzi, which will repair in 15 hours. 7 faxes and Bargus ready to drop. Instead, Sado ran away. Damn, dude.
Make sure you throw some hearts to a Suralite when you get there. We'll see you next week. Mav, obviously, if something big kicks off and I'm available to stream it, I'm going to stream it. I just mean I'm not going to do like scheduled streams. Like, I'm not doing Trash Talk Tuesday because I don't want to be at like Tuesday prime time kayaking time on a computer with a bunch of Eve nerds. No offense. I love you guys, but not as much as I love kayaking. Yeah, come on. Come on, Mav. Come back to Trash Talk Thursday. Well, here's what's gonna happen is that in the fall I'm gonna have a new show on the weekend that's gonna be in like primetime EUTZ. So anybody, there's like no excuse not to show up. If you want to be on the show, you can come. And it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. And that's. And Sandrin and etc. Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's kind of that's the thing with USTZ is like the show's always been based around USTZ and USTZ activity, and as more of the USTZ kind of falls off, gets disinterested in the whole thing, it falls. So I'm gonna try to do. Who is someone shimping in the cesspool? Is it a gray name? A gray name. This is a gray name, right? No. Oh, actually.